hosts. We're gonna get W host in the chat. We're gonna get W host in the chat. Let's go, Mars. Let's go. We did it. We did it.
We're always
We did
W
it.
hosts. We're
We
always
did
W
it.
hosts.
W host in the chat. We did it, Mars. We did it. We're here. We're here, man. We're here. How are you, bro?
Fantastic, fantastic. On time, like always. That's what we do.
On time, like always. W host, W host, W host. Spam that. Spam that. I forget that they get ads in the beginning. So they didn't see that whole little tangent I just went on. So you're gonna have to go back on YouTube and rewatch it. But how you feeling, bro? You ready?
Yeah, I'm fantastic. I'm ready to start this war, I guess.
It's not really a yeah, it's a war. It's a war. It's a war. It's a war, man. It's a war mainly because the old generation just be lying to the youth, and we just can't have that no more, man. We can't have that. Can't have that no more, bro. I don't like the lies, man. I don't like the lies. But this is gonna be a new type of show though. For today. The viewers are going to run the show with the super chats. And I did change things up. I announced that on Wednesday, but if you wasn't here on Wednesday, I'm going to announce it again. For to for today on the super chats, if you guys we're going to have everybody on the show. We're going to drop the link in the comments right now. Dag, my battery's about to die. Give me a second. Mars, you know the rules, right?
um.
Explain it to them. 'Cause I got to
Oh.
get my
Oh, damn.
battery's
That's
about to die.
pressure. That's pressure. Okay.
That's pressure.
So the new format, as Dub would say, the new format is we want you guys to run the show. You guys will decide the topics and whatnot. But with super chats, if you guys want to get on the show, the super chats will be a first come first serve type basis. You guys just leave any sort of social medias where you want us to send you the link directly, so that you can get on the show where you've sort of, I guess, paid your entry fee to get a guaranteed spot on the show. So if you want to be on the show, easiest way, send a super chat, give us a way to get you the link instantly. We'll bring you up. You can discuss the topic either in your super chat or
IG
any other topic.
IG and Twitter. So IG and Twitter is the best way to do it for me. So what you'll do is, let's say if you want to say Michael Jordan's the GOAT. You say Michael Jordan's the GOAT and you want to talk about that. Say Michael Jordan's the GOAT. And then after that statement, put IG at my name is this or Twitter at my name is that. And then that's just how we'll go. If you guys want first dibs to be on the show, we'll try our best to get as much people out the way to have you on the show, and then we'll just keep it like that, baby. So be ready for that. Um, but yeah, we kind of covered it.
Yeah, you did it much better than I did. But
Nah, you did a phenomenal job. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Um, yeah. So I seen you chatting it up on Fluent and Chill last night. You're hilarious.
yeah, that I was just, I saw they went live. I tuned in. It was interesting. They were speaking about a few interesting topics. Then they had their own little open gym segment, which was nice. They brought up the viewers. They had little conversations with them.
Nice.
Chill got angry at one guy because he said Steph Curry has gravity, and they were arguing about double teams and everything. Like it was very a very entertaining show. So if you guys don't watch Fluent and Chill, I suggest you guys go watch it Thursdays 9 p.m. Eastern. I think that's the time. Just go tune in. It's a very very good show, and the old heads, you guys would love it.
So I what's it called? I tuned in there for like maybe like 5 to 10 minutes. I stayed there because I seen you in there, and I was like, oh, Mars is here. I want to be around. But then when they announced, I think they announced the war on the old head media, and they was talking about it for a little bit. I seen Haley was I think Haley likes me and you more than Fluent and Chill. How you feel about that, Mars?
Can't blame her. I mean, there was a guy in the who was trying to come up on Fluent and Chill. His name was Ticket's father. Haley must have not got the memo because when Fluent was trying to bring up Ticket's father, she thought they were bringing me up. So I'm just that was a cool moment. That was a cool moment.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, Haley's cool, bro. I like what she be doing, bro. She be doing a great job. So, Haley, if you watching this or rewatching this, you're more than welcome to be up here to, kick it with us young guys, not be around that old negative energy. More than welcome, bro. More than welcome. More than welcome. You ready to get some guys up here, man?
Yeah, let's get it.
All right, let's get it, bro. What's up, Ron? How you feeling, bro?
What's up with it? Yeah.
Good,
How
good.
y'all
What's
doing,
good,
man?
fellas? We good. We good. We good. How you guys
Yeah,
feeling today?
I'm chilling.
Waiting for my son not to wake up. That's what I'm waiting for.
I'm here to push my Brooklyn agenda.
What's your bro? Wait. No. This is the old media agenda. We'll talk about the Brooklyn Nets later, but this is the
Okay.
old media. And Ron knows a little bit about the old media, right, Ron?
Man,
What's the
Ah.
old media? What's the old media? Explain it. Explain what's the old
So
media.
so there's certain narratives out there in the world, bro, that it be throwing me off because
Mm-hmm.
it's like things I just don't believe in, right?
Talk to me.
One of those is for some reason people, you know how people get on LeBron for leaving the Cleveland Cavaliers and he
Yes.
didn't stick through the
Yes.
grind and
We
everything like
was
that.
we was all in that one day when me Mars was at old dude for talking about LeBron
So
and KD and leaving and
yeah,
stuff.
so it kind of angers me with that logic because and that's why
Yeah.
LeBron and MJ's up there.
Yeah.
Uh, I think somebody has a TV in the background, so I'll just ask you guys, can you lower that, please?
Keep turn that down.
Yeah.
It might be me.
No, it's
It
good.
might
It's
be.
good.
Yeah.
So, the logic I don't like with that is because Mike, Michael Jordan. Hold up.
Mm-hmm.
Hold up. Yeah, yeah, massive. I just muted you. I need you to turn down that TV, bro. But the thing that angers me a little bit about that is the fact that I think if Michael Jordan would have continuously lost on that Chicago Bulls team, eventually he would have left as well.
Are we good?
It's, huh?
We good? We good with
Yeah,
the?
we're yeah,
Okay.
we're good. We're good.
Okay. Okay. I just.
So the thing about Michael Jordan that he had the benefit of every year he was in the league, his team was progressing further and further and further. His team was getting better year in and
Mm-hmm.
year out. So that's not really a valid reason for somebody wanting out if they see that their team is getting better year in and year out. While LeBron James, it was almost as if in 2007 and 2006, the Cavs was at the height of their prowess and then could never get over that hump. Not really because of LeBron James, but because of all the other factors, in my opinion.
So yeah, no, I agree. I don't like the whole the whole KD LeBron. First of all, they spent half of their life with this franchise, so it doesn't really matter. They're grown men. They're gonna do whatever they want to do. If somebody gives you the green light to have whatever you want and the stuff you want to win, you're gonna take it. There's no way you're not gonna take it. You can't look at me in a straight face and say. I also think it's the systems that they run. Um, I think just the way that LeBron plays with his players is different from when Jordan. Well, not really. They're really the same player. I think it's just Jordan's acceptance to accept the system, while LeBron, it's a little bit difficult for him to do that. So that's really what I personally think about
it's
that.
it's less difficult. He just won't do it.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I agree. I think it's because he wants, for me, he wants people to recognize that he's the reason why they won. It's not, because when he was in Miami, it was LeBron, Wade. Not, it wasn't just him. That's just me personally. I don't know the dude personally, but that's just me. How I feel about it. Because usually when they lose, it's never his fault. It's everybody else's fault. But when he wins, it's all LeBron. LeBron's this, LeBron that, and also with Jordan as well. I don't want to act like that's not a narrative too. I just, I just think it's all really funny to me.
Hmm.
I just kind of, there's a lot of narratives that, like you said, this is just me. This is like, I have a problem with how people say, well, they don't know basketball. So I was on tickets. I don't want to like take nobody's time. And I was on tickets thing, and he was talking about Pau Gasol and Amari Stoudemire, and how he's saying that, Amari's better, and Pau's not that good. And what was Pau before Kobe? I said, well, what was Kobe before Pau? I think they both needed each other. I don't believe that. I think they both needed each other. And then he asked me about Raul something. I said, I don't know what that is. He's like, well, you don't know basketball. I'm like, how do I not know? Because you know more than me. I don't come up here to act like I know everything about basketball. Like that's
Hmm.
Mars probably knows more basketball than me. Doug probably knows more basketball than me. Low, everybody here, because
No,
this
I
is
don't. I don't. I'm a casual.
what. but
I'm a
no, but
casual. I don't.
no, but
super casual.
no,
Super casual. That's
but
right.
no, like but it's just a problem to me because old heads to me, and then they always bring up, well, you didn't watch it, nigga. I was 5. Of course, I'm not gonna watch it. I don't have the mind to process what's going on realistically and have my own views. So that's really just my problem with that kind of thing. I think both generations. I'm sorry. I think both generations are at a loss. Like when Fluent and Dub went on the little thing. I think it's just two different people having two different views.
Oh yeah. Nah, me and Flo always we never agree. We've never agreed for a year. So it's like I expect that. I'd expect
Yeah.
Derek to agree with him. Oh, what you guys got to say though?
Nah, but I have a question for the other guy. You think the KD move and the Brown move are on the same like
They're
caliber? Like,
they are the same
nah,
in
that's not
terms
true.
of
Let him finish.
in terms of they both needed that extra ingredient to win because LeBron needed to learn how to play in a system that was not predicated on having him have the ball. Now, they kind of ingraded the LeBron system and a real system, but KD needed that as well. KD's not a leader to me. He's a weapon. And what I mean is he cannot be the leader.
That's a good analogy.
He cannot be the leader. That's just not his personality. That's just not who he is. Because that's why he will never be looked at as a good player on his team.
How is he not a leader?
I just don't.
I don't think he's a vocal leader. I think
No,
he's a lead by example kind of dude.
I just don't think he can
That's a
be.
leader.
Well,
But
no,
that's a
I don't.
leader.
No, I don't
Not
think.
everybody likes to be yelled in their face.
You mean a
No,
good leader?
no. I don't think. I just don't think
Like
he can be like
the
he
leadership
can be
dominant-
the best player. He can be like it's kind of like Kareem and Magic. Like to me, I don't think Kareem was ever like the leader of that team was Magic. But that's okay because that's a good role that he can play in. I personally think KD going to the Warriors was the best fit for him. So he didn't have to I don't think he can
But how do you judge?
This leadership stuff is
Yeah,
just
like how
weird
do you
because
judge?
KD the other day there was a clip that went viral where Royce O'Neal was fouling and KD yelled at him to stop reaching.
No, I don't think
If
that.
someone
I
else
just-
does
Pretty
that, that's
leadership
considered
stuff, right?
that's
No,
considered leadership.
no. What
KD
I'm
does it,
saying-
it's
no.
considered bad.
KD
Draymond do that.
KD
That's
No,
called
I
a
don't
leader.
think. No, I don't think
KD
he's
in
a bad.
2020 as well. KD, I think it was 2020 or 2021. It was the year before where they made the trade to get James Harden. I remember him yelling at
Yeah.
Terion Prince. Is that how you say his first name?
Torian.
Torion Prince
Yeah.
about yo, you got to give me the ball in the clutch, bro. Don't be sitting here dribble. I think it was late in the game and Prince held the ball too long and KD was yoking him up for it.
No,
So
I'm
that's
not.
signs of a
Okay,
leader.
my bad.
So that's signs of a
Yeah.
leader. James
No,
He's getting
Harden.
better at it for
James
sure.
Harden.
Yeah, even credit.
No,
James Harden talked about
okay,
James
go
Harden
ahead.
talked about holding KD was holding him accountable for not being
Mhm.
in shape and his weight. So that's leadership
yeah.
qualities as well.
No. What I mean, I don't think that's his best role. Is what I mean. I think his best role is just being the weapon of the team. I'm not saying he can't be one. I'm just saying that I think him being in Golden State was to me the best thing that could have happened to him. And to answer the man's question, I just personally feel like it's really the same thing. I mean, in all honesty, I don't really care because what is your job in this league to win championships? He was not going to win in OKC. I don't care how you spent. I don't
They
think
should
he
have won
would
the
have
year.
won.
You know what?
3 won.
This goes,
No,
this
but they
goes
still
to
They
the
could beat the Cavs,
yeah,
bro. That was a
Mars,
good
Mars,
No, they no.
Mars. This
Yes,
goes
they
to the
could beat the
old head
Cavs.
media
No.
stuff that I be talking about. Like this goes to the old head media stuff to be talking about. And I remember that one time I asked Fluent, I said, "Yo, what makes Magic Johnson better than Chris Paul?" Right?
Right. Okay.
And the only thing he said was passing, and then he was
No.
talking about all this
Yeah.
other. Then he talked about all this other stuff, and then he brought up
Mhm.
leadership. And in my
Uh-huh.
head, I'm just sitting here like, I'm like, all right, I know that CP3 is a very good leader as well, in my opinion. Any team that he's on, he's able to galvanize the troops. He was the main reason why DeAndre Jordan didn't leave to go to the Mavericks. He talked him into staying. That's
I
showing
agree.
how much of a leader that he is.
I
And
agree.
on his time in OKC, his time on the Phoenix Suns.
Mhm.
So in my head, I'm just sitting here like, all right,
What
we
makes
can
him?
we can establish that these are both great leaders. How can we sit here and establish who's a better leader than the other?
I think it's all also your preference. I mean, to me personally, I think CP3 is a good leader to an extent of his system of. I think the way he orchestrates the team is not going to beat other great teams. I don't think that Clippers team was ever going to beat Golden State. Just the way that team was orchestrated. It's the same thing with like LeBron. Yeah, LeBron might be the best at running his own system, but LeBron will never beat a Golden State team or he's gonna if he runs into a San Antonio Spurs team or a Boston Celtics team or not. Well, I guess not now, but or like a Golden State team, he's gonna struggle because it's 1-on-5. You cannot beat 5 other players. You cannot outsmart 5 other great IQ players with just one. That's not gonna work. And I think.
Can I ask you a question though?
Yeah.
Mhm.
You don't think in 07 he just could have played better? Like I forgive him for losing, but he could have played a little better. Like he is a superstar.
Who you talking about, LeBron?
This is
In 07 he could have played a little better.
Yeah,
But this is the
LeBron in
problem.
07 could have played better, but he
is-
still wasn't gonna win.
This is the problem.
Yeah, that's
that's
my thing.
the
He can lose,
no.
but
That's
he
the system. That's the system that they're running. They were running the LeBron James system. No, he's not gonna play great because all the players are fixated on him. It's like when Russell plays anybody in the playoffs. When he's played the Harden or Utah, he played actually.
They should have
actually
beat
didn't play
Utah.
that.
Don't do that, bro.
No, he didn't. He actually played. He didn't play terrible in Utah. I just think he didn't. But when you play a team, it's just I don't know. It's really weird to me. Like I don't really begrudge either of them for leaving. KD did the right thing. I don't begrudge him. LeBron did the right thing.
Ron, can I ask you something, Ron? Because
Mhm.
you're older than me, so you seen more of Magic Johnson than me, right?
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of them. Yeah.
So let me ask you this question: like, how can you differentiate what qualifies you to be more of a leader than somebody else? When we're talking about CP3 and Magic Johnson, is it just because he won more?
Yeah, that's what people are basing it on, is that because one won and one didn't. For me, if I'm comparing both of them, I'm gonna have to leave leadership out of it because I actually agree with you that Chris Paul, skill for skill, is a better player because he scores. They score. I mean, relatively they score better, but I think Chris Paul is a better scorer. You know what I mean? I think Chris Paul.
Magic was running a lot of fast breaks, which is why he had the field goal percentages.
Yeah. But I think Chris Paul is a better scorer. He can get to a shot better and all of that stuff. Passing, I'll give to, even though Chris Paul is a great passer. Passing, I'll give to Magic. But defense all the way goes to Chris Paul, and it's not even close because Magic,
I agree.
Magic couldn't guard y'all chairs that y'all sitting in. So
yeah.
I think the problem is.
What'd you say, Katie?
I think he's froze.
Yeah.
Damn, I think he froze.
Can I ask you a realistic question though? When he comes back, when have you, outside of like, how many point guards have been the best player on their team and won?
Magic and Steph.
Like won a championship or one
Magic,
period.
Steph,
Thomas.
Isaiah. Magic,
Okay,
Steph, Isaiah.
So that's
Do you count Dennis Johnson in '79? Do you count him?
Dennis Johnson?
Do you really think he was better than Larry Bird? Do you really think
he wasn't better than Larry Bird?
Wait, but no, this is
that wasn't
I
the
thought he was about the Seattle.
No, this is what I'm.
I thought he was too. He's talking about Seattle.
Yeah,
right?
he is talking about Seattle. Yeah, Dennis Johnson was the best player.
Sorry.
I thought he was a shooting guard. I thought he was a shooting guard in Seattle.
Is either Gus Johnson or Dennis Johnson?
No,
or Gus
what
Williams
I'm
Dennis
saying
Johnson?
is Oh wait, Katie, I'm sorry.
No,
It is
Dennis Johnson was.
Johnson.
No.
Dennis Johnson was on
Yes.
the Seattle.
No, yeah. So
It was Dennis Johnson.
it's
But he was a shooting guard.
He was a shooting guard at that
The
time.
problem,
I think.
the other old head thing I had a problem with was when Lowe was talking about the prototypical point guard, and what I kind of got from it was that people will never use that for a prototypical shooting guard or a small forward. But when you bring up like Steph Curry, like, oh, he's top 2 greatest point guards. Well, he's not a typical point guard. What is that? You never do that with anybody else. Why are you doing that?
Because shooting guards. I mean, shooting guards. It is what it is. You're supposed to get a bucket.
Yeah, but it's like, so do you think Dwayne Wade is like, he's an all around shooting guard?
Yes.
Do you think he's a prototypical?
Yeah, he gets a bucket. He gets a bucket and he plays defense. That's what he does.
I don't think there's a lot of typical point guards that really win championships like that. I mean, like, you look at down the line, like, I think Jason Kidd didn't win a championship until he switched from being the prototypical point guard.
That's because he played Shaq twice. Otherwise, he'd have had 2 probably.
What?
I mean,
No, he
You would've had
loses to
two?
whoever comes out of the West. But yeah, they went to the finals back to back and lost.
but I mean, but
No,
in the same,
I know they did, but you say he would have won two? I don't know.
No, I'm dragging it, but
Oh,
he might have got one. He might have got one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
they
it's
won
just
regardless,
it's
but
just kind
yeah,
of
I
one
get
of the
it.
things where it's like they always like pull Steph down because he doesn't, but the system, I think he could average 10 assists if he wanted to. It's just the system that he runs is not predicated on just him,
They average they
having,
team averaged 30 plus assists.
yeah,
That's why
so
he
they're all a
don't.
collective. It's kind of like when people say like John Stockton. I'm like, dude, do you see the assist totals from everybody else from him? It's like 10 to like 2. And like, nah, it's not. That don't never really win a championship. So
Katie, are you back in here? You good?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. What was your question from before?
No, I was saying I think people get caught up in the Hollywood of basketball, fantasy realm of basketball. Like you go back, you hear about these games, and then you watch them. Like obviously it's impressive. Like AI's run is impressive, but you go back, revisit the games, and they're not as hyped up to be. You go back and you watch these basketball. You have some old heads wearing they seen Michael Jordan drop 80 points with only his left hand or some shit like that. So I think too many old heads just get caught up in the fantasy realm of basketball. Just
That was Larry Bird though.
about what happened.
I think it's also because of
That Larry Bird game is a myth,
well,
by
I
the
think
way,
it's
but
also
That
because
was
they.
amazing.
Wait, Mars. It was a myth.
go watch the Larry Bird game.
Go
In the first
watch Larry
5
Bird
minutes. In the
playing with his
first
only left
5
hand.
minutes of the game, he scored with his right hand.
I
In the
think,
first 5
honestly,
minutes of the game,
I think
Like,
honestly,
like-
What about the rest of the game?
he made. I think he made a 3 in that game. He didn't shoot.
And Mars. And Mars.
There was a lot of left-handed layups around the rim, but he did
And
score
Mars.
with his right hand.
And Mars,
He
I
was
do
playing
agree
it
with you that Will Chamberlain game didn't happen. That shit didn't happen at all.
no, in all
Just wanted to let you know that.
honesty,
I said that.
I've been saying that for years that it never happened. It never. They got footage before that game. They got footage after that game. They got footage of the first NBA game ever, but they ain't got footage of the 100-point game.
Why would they make it up though? Why would they make it up, Ron? Why would they make it up?
Why wouldn't they make it up?
I don't know.
Like,
what happened was they didn't make it up. Wilt probably had like 75, 80. They didn't know. They probably got asked after the game. How many points did Wilt have? And he was like, I don't know, probably like 100. And then everyone just ran with it. That's what happened.
They made up the free throws. They made
Pretty
up the free
much.
throws.
Wilt just kept scoring. They didn't keep count. It was like he probably had 100. So
I like the answer.
That is wild.
My bad.
That shit didn't happen.
I like the answer to Katie's thing. I think also it is about where you grew up. So it's kind of like how people view like Steph Curry, like, oh, he just ran around screens. But how we see it, it's like, it's more than that anyway. But I'm saying like it's also like your preference of like, I feel like it's your preference of what you like. So like he said, a lot of the games that you watch are old, is not as not as flashy as they make it out to be. But it's because they grew up in it. It probably 10 years from now, people are gonna look at games we watch and be like, that's not really impressive like that. It's all really about like it's a generation.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Because,
you don't think so?
Because I know guys. Well, maybe I gotta wait another 10 years, but I know people who grew up after me.
Yeah.
Like I know a couple guys in high school right now. They watch games from like the late 2000s and then the early 2000s.
Yeah.
And they're still very impressed by what was happening.
Well, I think it's just different people.
And this goes this goes to the point where me and Mars talked about this on the show before. That I think when it comes to the skill gap of the NBA, it's kind of tapering off because there's just so many dribbles that you could come up with, so many ways to score that you could come up with. So it's the skill set of the NBA, in my opinion, just tapering off.
I think it's more. It's turned into more. So it's kind of like when people say, well, point guards are better now than then. I think it's also because of the role they play is different now than then. I'm sorry.
No, my bad. I was talking to myself. We got somebody with a super chat and put his Twitter in there.
I think it's just also like the roles that different players play now. Like, it's kind of like, you're not really meant to, like how you said, you're not really meant to be a scoring point guard. Point guard is supposed to facilitate and do all that, but there's so many different point guards that have different roles now. And I think that's really just what it really boils down to. Is just there's certain roles. Like big men don't play like big men back in the day because their roles have changed. And That's really all I got. I don't have nothing else. I don't have nothing else. But yeah,
I
like,
mean,
no, go
sorry.
ahead. I'm sorry. No, go ahead. I'm sorry. I don't have.
Since we're beefing the old head media, one grievance I have with the old head media, especially when it comes to me, because for some reason I'm the person who the old head media seems to hate a lot.
Because you know stuff that they don't
Be
know.
quiet.
I'm sorry.
The grievance I have is when they say stuff like, I don't understand what the other eras are like, or I can't understand the context of why things happened in this era and that era, yada yada yada, whatever. But then when we talk about this era, they want to discredit this era for being soft, players moving around, switching teams, everyone just shooting threes, traveling, whatever. But they don't seem to understand the context of this era and that this game is different. They just want everything to go back to how it was. But if I somehow discredit the old era, they want to say, oh, well, look at this context. But then they do completely nothing in the reverse and talk about this era. They just want to compare it to the old eras. They do the exact same thing they accuse me of doing, just the other way around. But I'm the one being disingenuous towards the old guys when I've made it clear many times I understand the difference between eras. I don't era tax people. I don't judge people for the 70s for being less skilled than players today. I do all of that. But they want to discredit this era for LeBron James switched teams. Michael Jordan would never. But then you fail to understand more super teams are being built now than ever. Teams are stacking the deck now more than ever. Player empowerment is a bigger thing more now than ever. GMs have less power now than ever. Salary cap is more important. Trades are more important now than ever. That stuff doesn't matter. But you want to discredit this era, but I can't say anything negative about the past eras because that's the era you grew up in. It's just biased both ways. Like, that's the biggest grievance I have.
I agree.
Yeah, I totally agree because it's a lot of I talk to a lot of younger dudes and a lot of older dudes, and they always dogging today's basketball. Like, I can't even watch it. All they do is step backs and fouls and flopping. And I'm like, yeah, they do a lot of flopping, but so it's still basketball. Like, what's the problem? Michael Jordan went to the free throw line 10 times, 11 times a game. They do the same thing now. They just find a different way to do it because they don't drive as much.
Yeah, I think also, like, I remember we were on the show and the dude who said Steph's not top 10 all time, and he was talking about how other people got injured. So then I brought up Isaiah Thomas. I said, it didn't when he beat the Lakers, Magic, and James Worthy and Kareem got hurt or something. Is that honest? Is that an honest championship? Because he said Steph's not, and he didn't answer me. I'm like, you can't use something else because you want to favor somebody else. Like, that don't make no sense. And he didn't really answer me. It just didn't. I don't understand that. Like,
the main thing I don't like, and somebody said, they asked a question here. She said, "Do you think rules added to the game and are what dictates errors?" I think it does have a hand in it,
Yeah, it has a little
but
bit to do with it.
the thing I don't like doing is I hate it when somebody will go and lean with the fact, can you imagine what this guy could have done if he was able to travel with the ball and do this? Because now you're just assuming that they will be just as skilled as a player is today than it was back then if the rules change where they could do the same exact thing. And I don't agree with, because I have the understanding that a lot of the guys today either grew up learning from the past or was taught from somebody who learned from the past. So they literally have decades and decades of basketball to grow up on and improve on. So to sit here and just assume if people are able to dribble the ball like Jordan Poole and they won't get called for a travel, they're gonna automatically resemble that. I hate that way of thinking, and I don't agree with that way of thinking.
It's not true.
But one thing I do say is it was a lot of guards. It's a lot of like guards back then that probably back then weren't as good as you might say they weren't as good. That will be better now because of how the game is played. Like Kevin Johnson was good then, but he'd be better now because of how the game is played.
Mark Price.
Maybe Mark Price, Mark Price. Yeah, Marbury. I think Marbury peaked.
To me personally, I just feel like
what?
I think Marbury peaked. I'm not big. I'm not
either. No, it's kind of like it's the same thing when Mark's been talking about. They've been talking about Allen Iverson, James Harden, and I had a conversation with that dude. I said, but he just brought up one season. They always bring up 2001. And I'm like, okay, go down list and look at James Harden's resume in the playoffs against Allen Iverson's. And I bet you $100 million that I don't even have that James Harden's playoff resume is better than Allen Iverson. And they was like, well, what's Eric Gordon? I'm like, what's Eric Gordon, the McKee dude? So it's like, I don't understand. That's why it's like, and they keep saying, well, he's being disrespectful to AI. No, he just wasn't. Harden's just better. That don't mean he disrespecting him.
So is Ray Allen. They all don't want that combo.
Who?
That's wild. That's
Ray Allen. Wait. Ray Allen better than AI?
You're losing.
Hey, I'm just saying, man. He fit a
You
lot
can
better
go-
than I would.
You can take that logic and go jump off a bridge because you.
I
wrong.
take
you're
Reggie Miller
losing.
over Ray Allen still. I don't.
No,
I'd
no,
take
you're
Reggie.
right.
I'd take Reggie.
Ray's a better.
Bucks
I take Reggie.
The Buck stops at James Harden. Like,
I'm
no.
still taking Clyde over AI, but that's
I take Clyde.
yeah, I take Clyde too. I take
I
Clyde.
take
too.
Clyde.
I'm not taking Clyde over here.
I don't know
take
why.
Clyde.
Why do y'all
I
hate?
take
Why do
Clyde.
y'all hate? I need to ask you that. Why do you hate Clyde so much?
because they think he can only
They
do
say
right.
he's the Paul George.
Yeah.
Reserve of the-
No,
He's a
I
Dwayne
like
Wade.
Clyde. Like,
He's a
it's
Dwayne Wade.
there's no disrespect. There's no disrespect, Clyde. I think Clyde was
Y'all
good.
really be disrespecting Clyde.
No, that was low. Low
He
disrespect
cool,
to
like, he
Clyde
Paul
by calling
George
him
for us,
Pascal
but-
I think he was
Siakam.
just playing.
He called
Do
him
you know
Pascal
Paul?
Siakam.
Do you know Paul George is one of the most skilled players in the NBA today? Do you know that?
Yeah.
He is, but like people don't respect him because of the playoff P and all that. Like they don't really respect him like that. He's
This
skilled,
is
so.
this is also something that I've always. So like I said, I think the interesting about the most interesting. I'm sorry.
Goodness
I don't
gracious,
wanna talk-
brother, come on, man.
I'm sorry, man.
He has his opportunity. He's taking it. He has to.
Man, golly, bro.
That's what this is
Y'all
about.
more
He has
than
stuff to
welcome.
say.
Y'all more
You
than
guys
welcome to
can
get
talk
on
too.
people.
You
Like,
guys-
go
you guys
ahead.
can
No,
talk too.
I'm not.
This
No,
is open
no.
gym,
People in the
bro.
queue,
No,
man,
I
he's
don't.
turning
No,
over awards,
I don't
bro.
want.
Come on,
No,
man.
that's not. No. What I'm saying is like.
He's just on his AI right now. Just straight
No.
shot. That's
No.
he's
What
doing.
I'm saying is like, when Fluent and Dub had the thing, I always see Dub's point of view, like, and Mars is like they don't really care about accolades because I think most of the arguments that people have is from people that they've had conversations with. Because they'll only bring up accolades, they'll only bring up stuff instead of okay, how was pull-up game? Don't matter, you won 5 championships, or like when people will say like, well, a normal person would say Jordan's best because he has 6 championships, and then somebody on the other side would be like, well, if that's the case in Bill, I'm like, that argument is dumb. Like, don't say that. Don't do that.
Bro, another thing that kills me about the James Harden AI, people do this with LeBron too. It's like the fact that we want to say the league is more skilled, the league is deeper now, but then we be like, oh, look at Harden's teammates. Look who he had to get with to go to the conference finals. AI ran it with McKee and Dikembe Mutombo. I'm like, you can't scream and holler the league is more skilled nowadays. The league is deeper nowadays, and then wonder why players are teaming up nowadays.
Oh, yeah, that's
an excellent point.
Contradiction. It's a
I
huge
agree.
contradiction.
It's
The
That's
league's
an
more
excellent
talented, but you want players to do more with less
what I'm
talent
saying, you
against the
can't.
more talented.
Makes
people.
no sense.
And then when was the first time they went to the conference finals? 2015, right?
2015.
Yeah.
That team
Dwight
wasn't all
Howard.
that.
Yeah, that was even
None
that.
of his teams have been all
That
that.
AI
the
team is
team
better
wasn't
than that 15 team.
Besides 2018, James Harden didn't have many great teams.
That's
2019,
what I'm
Chris
saying. Like,
Chris Paul was being called done in 2019, if people remember
That's a
correctly,
fact.
because of the hamstring injury. He didn't look the same.
and he was hurt.
2017 was the year where Chris Paul wasn't there yet. It was just straight James Harden.
Yeah, it was James
Aaron
Harden.
Gordon was
And,
there.
and people said he should have been the MVP
Spurs-
because
the
Houston
Spurs
had
was
the best
the-
offense in the NBA and all of that.
That's when the Spurs beat him.
That's when the Spurs.
Then
was,
he
come
choked. Then he choked in Game 6 against the Spurs. But
Yeah.
that Houston team wasn't great. 2016 they were the 8th seed, I believe, because Dwight Howard I don't think played much that season.
Christ, Dwight Howard.
They lost in the first round to Golden State that year. So the only year you're really saying Harden had all this elite team where he was meant to do something was 2018. He got to the conference finals, went 7 games. His second best player went down and he lost. You're praising the thing with Allen Iverson. I'm going to say this one more time.
Please say
Praising
it.
Allen Iverson
Please say
for
it.
a finals appearance where the teams he beat in the weaker Eastern Conference,
Say it again.
compared to the teams that James Harden had to play in the West, makes no sense because you're praising Allen Iverson
for getting outplayed for 2 series.
You're praising Allen Iverson for winning 11 games in the Eastern Conference. He beat the Pacers in 3 games, I think they swept them. Then 7 games against Toronto, 7 games against the Bucks, in which Vince Carter and Ray Allen both played better than him in those series, respectively. But you're praising him for winning 11 games against lesser competition and then discrediting James Harden for playing in a tough Western Conference, getting to the conference finals, and losing to what some would say is the best team of all time. We all know, hypothetically, if James Harden was in the Eastern Conference at that time, the same Eastern Conference that LeBron James got to the finals against Indiana, Toronto, and the Boston Celtics without their 2 best players. If James Harden makes the finals, all of a sudden everyone's looking at him differently. And the only difference is he was in a different conference. That's the stuff that makes no sense when you praise people for making the finals. Because if someone's in a weak conference and make the finals, aka a Jason Kidd in New Jersey, aka Allen Iverson in Philadelphia, those teams making the finals doesn't make.
For that one game.
If anyone was to tell me the 2002 New Jersey Nets are better than the 2002 Sacramento Kings, you are lying.
No,
that's all I'm gonna say. You guys are lying if you're gonna say that because the Nets made the finals. That's the exact same logic you guys are using for James Harden not making the finals and Allen Iverson making the finals.
That's what people
if you're gonna say that,
and they be talking about
then
like
be my guest, but that's nonsense.
Go ahead, bro.
And they be talking about AI pushed the Lakers team to game 5, I guess. Like Chris Webber pushed them to 7. I guess Rasheed Wallace pushed that team to 7. No one gives them credit for that, so it just doesn't make sense to me.
That's like when people say like
he would have won 5 with whoever came out the West. He was getting smoked by anybody who came out the West.
Everyone knew once Philly got there, whoever got there, if the Bucks got there, they were losing the finals.
It's a wrap.
That's how the West was for like the first 5 years of the 2000s.
Yeah,
everyone knew whoever came out the West, they was winning the title.
That's how when people say
the Kings was going to run them out the building.
Exactly. Yeah. Everyone knows that.
That's why when people try to bring up when they talk about Mike and LeBron, how Michael lost to the Pistons and the Celtics. I'm like, but you don't do that with LeBron.
Why don't they apply this? Wait. Why don't they apply the same logic? Because if making the finals
that's what I'm saying.
No, wait. If making the finals is so impressive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Coming from the same people that think that Michael Jordan is the GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it that LeBron James winning 4 rings and going to more finals? Why isn't that more impressive than Michael Jordan and his 6 rings?
I can answer.
No, I know it's not. I know it's not to you,
why
bro.
It's not.
But it's
I
a
can
contradiction.
give you the perfect
Go
answer.
ahead.
You know the answer.
No, I get what you're saying.
He
you're
went
right.
against the weak. He went against the weak Eastern Conference. That's the answer they'll give you, and that's why it makes no sense when you praise Allen Iverson.
Because my thing about it is
that's the exact answer they'll give you. Weak East.
Yeah, that's what people will say. But my thing is this, right? Whether you make it to and people are probably gonna kill me for this, but whether you make it to the finals or whether you lose in whatever round, you still lose. You don't get participation. You don't get a participation trophy.
Yeah.
You get a conference trophy.
What I was saying.
You make the finals.
Now you do. So what? He'd have
Eastern Conference.
No, what I was saying was that what I was saying was I hate when they do that to Michael, say, oh well, he lost to the Pistons and them, but then when LeBron lost to the Golden State, oh, he had no help. So then Michael not okay. So what does that mean? And then they'll bring up, well, he lost and the Scotty needed Michael needed Scotty whatever, or he didn't make the play or make it out the first round till he got there. That to me is weird because it's okay. That's saying,
that's a context, Ben, because Scottie Pippen in his first year
he
played like doo-doo.
Yeah, Scottie Pippen wasn't Scottie Pippen, so that's just a nasty context, Ben.
That's
people used to big up Scottie Pippen, and it's just a lie because
that's
Scottie Pippen wasn't. He was a bench player. He was coming off the bench.
9 points.
Yeah, so
dude, what?
That doesn't make any sense.
That's like me.
And my thing is this: into both their defense, they both got beat by all-time great teams, except the 2011 team that LeBron.
Bro.
Hey, I gotta get
some for that, man. He can't be the GOAT.
I gotta get some guys up. I gotta get some
you heard
guys.
me? I said it.
Nah, they
you gotta get some people in here, y'all. But
he's a
good looking.
I gotta get some new people up here, bro. Thank you guys for coming in and bringing the heat, bro. Y'all be easy, man.
Appreciate it.
No problem, bro. Hold up. Go, Mars, handle that for me, please. I'm about to get somebody up here. We got one dude that dropped in the super chat with his Twitter, bro, Corb. I just sent him the link, bro. Pull up, please.
Yeah, Corb is in here.
Corb's in here.
Yeah, he's
Hey, there we
bottom right,
go.
bottom right.
Yo.
What's
Damn,
good,
he got
bro?
the setup and everything.
What's good?
So I'm gonna
Yo,
read the
y'all can hear
super.
me?
Yo,
Yes,
Yeah, we
sir.
hear
We
you.
can hear you, Lee.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. We hear you guys. You guys good?
It's good.
I hear
I'm
that echo. Is that my end?
No, I'm not. I'm gonna let Buddy go first.
Yeah.
Because he had something to say.
Cord came
For
in
the
with the
super
super chat, bro. Magic wouldn't be a top 5 point guard right now. Plus Giannis ain't top 5. Twitter, Corb, yeah. Follow him on Twitter if y'all want to, bro.
By the way, I
Yeah.
will say I tried doing it like 4 or 5 times. You can't actually say TWITTER. Like you can't do the whole thing. Like I think it's banned for donations. Just letting people know in
Oh,
case they
really?
want to do it. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
So
Put a T then. Put a
Okay.
T. Just put a
yeah,
T,
you can just do
fellas.
that too. Which one do you want me to address first?
Giannis isn't top 5 is very interesting to me.
We'll do Giannis after the old head
Yeah,
slander.
yeah. That's
So
a
do the
little.
old head
That's a
slander
little.
first. Do the old head slander first, and then talk about Giannis.
So I've been feeling this for a while now. Magic, it wouldn't be a top 5 right now. But I watched this game yesterday because it popped up on my YouTube page. It was some game 4 of the finals, Celtics versus Lakers. Magic scored 28 points, which is a lot because for a guy who scores like 18 points per game. I was watching and I just
19.
yeah, or 19 points per game. And he not only did he not impress me, which is just, I mean, that's just the basis, but the way he was scoring, well, for the first half, he was guarded by Danny Ainge, and the defensive schemes were so bad. But when we talk about Magic Johnson's game, it's a slower jump shot, works in the mid range, not really in the 3-point line. He's not really too good in the half court, just for me. I mean, in the full court, that's where he really thrives. He's a really good playmaker. In today's game, for me, he reminds me of Tyrese Haliburton. He'd be better than Tyrese Haliburton, but in today's game, and we're not including, obviously the players in today's game have the training and stuff like that to really be better. But if we're just talking about we take Magic Johnson out of that era, put him right into here, I think easily, well, it's not even a debate. Luka and Steph would be better. And then you kind of get into Dame. Dame would be, I think you could debate that for sure. Trae Young, John Morant. I just think players like those are better. Magic Johnson would be the best playmaker in today's game. But the problem is his offensive game isn't that good where you can find passes, you can find open passes in the offense just by being a good passer and finding holes in the defense, but he's not creating that much offense to actually lead a team to a championship, let alone the fact that it's a really underrated part of basketball right now that old heads always say that today's offense is a lot easier. And it might be true because it's less physical, there's more foul baiting, but you know what that means? That means that if offense is easier, defense is harder. And if Magic Johnson was a bad defender then, he'd be terrible now. He'd be a Cone. He wouldn't be a Trae Young.
That is true. That's actually an amazing
true, yeah.
point. That is an
That is
amazing
an
no, I'm not
amazing
laughing
point,
at that.
man.
I just saw the super chat. Get this kid out of
Well,
here.
yeah. I didn't even look at that. I was
From
so
Big Ox
caught
Bob.
up paying attention. Yeah, that's from Bobby.
I mean, I agree. Damn.
I agree with that last point that he said about Magic being a terrible defender in today's game, man. It's a lot of dudes. Well, to me, like when y'all like the thing about LeBron and defense came up, and I'm like, man, it's way too many lapses with LeBron on defense over the years. We got video, we got 20-hour-long videos, bro, him napping on defense and basically like low managing on the court. You know what I'm saying? So like defense is much harder today, man. They basically in handcuffs, and like it's a lot of players breaking the rules. But the thing about it is to get on the war against like the old heads, Dub Mars, y'all the fucking lie. Listen, I don't like listen, I don't even think it's a war, really. I think it's just everybody is just protecting the core of what made them a basketball fan in the first place. Everybody's protecting something. If you, I don't care if you, I don't care how old you are. I don't care if you 5 or you 90. You could go in the old folks' home. You can find a 90-year-old dude that swear on his life, on his dying breath, that Jerry West is the best player that he ever seen. Would he be wrong for that? Probably not. But that's what he saw. That's the core of what he saw. I swear to you, everybody in this party, when I seen AI snatch Jordan's soul on that court, that was the greatest thing I ever seen in my life. He had everybody on my block thinking we could do that. Everybody on the block the next day was like this with the hand out here. So my thing is like everybody is protecting the core of what made them a basketball player in the first place. If Mars wanted to protect everything from 2015 to 2025, he got the right to do that.
No. He was born Mars. He was born in 2017, right?
I was born the day KD joined Golden State. That was the day I was born.
2017. Oh, all right.
That's-
My
that's
bad.
when he was
My
born.
bad.
That's a good day to be born.
July 4th,
My bad, my
2016.
bad.
That's not a
was
bad
my
time
day-
either. That's
day
not a
of
bad
birth.
Yeah,
time.
yeah, nah, that's not a bad
2017
time.
was when he
That's
was
a
born.
perfect time to hop on the bandwagon, bro. Like perfect. Listen,
But
it's
he's
perfect.
15. But Mars is 15.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mars,
but
yeah.
tall ass
But
15.
my thing is this: everybody is just protecting something. I don't got enough. Like the issue that you got with
Believe. Can I address this though? So I understand that point. Yes, I do understand the fact that these old media, these old people, and even the young generation too, they have it's almost like a responsibility to protect what they grew up on. My thing is, then that shows that there's an underlying bias in that as well, and you're not looking at things objectively. Me personally, I don't give a damn. I was born in 1999, and I think the 2000s era was probably the greatest era of basketball, in my opinion.
I think
And
it's
I
the most
mainly watched.
competitive. I think it's
and
the
I
most
mainly
competitive.
watched the 2010s.
Yeah, I
So
think it's the most competitive.
So that's somebody right there who's clearly showing not a bias to what he grew up on, just going off of what he feels and what he thinks is the best thing objectively. And I don't think a lot of the old generation does that. They look at their generation. Oh, it was tough. It was such a rough and tough era, mind you. They would call ticky-tack fouls. I mean, they would call ticky-tack fouls consistently.
They called them ticky-tack fouls mostly on Jordan.
The thing-
Everybody else had to get hit. Bro.
No. The thing about so this is what they
go watch some
Yeah.
games in the 70s,
So-
please.
In the
That
70s?
was-
70s
that
was
game
bad.
was soft. That game was soft.
Soft.
No
really
matter what
soft.
they try and tell
And
you
the thing
about
about the
physical,
80s,
nah.
yeah, the
I ain't
thing
going
about
back
and
that
the
far. Come on.
physicality came in the 80s mainly because
Yeah.
the 80s they was like, you know what, I'm gonna make you earn the foul. I'm gonna make you
Yeah.
earn it, you know. But they weren't doing that every game. They mainly did it sometimes in the playoffs, and that's what the phrase
I
setting
would
the
say
tone.
from the
Setting
80s,
the tone came in the front.
from the 80s all the way to like Malice in the Palace, man. That's when the game was at its most physical, bro. Like I'd say from the time that AI snatched Jordan all the way to Malice in the Palace in 2004, arguably the most competitive era of basketball. Dudes was out there wanting it every single time. And the NBA was really focused on the image because the image was Iverson. The image wasn't Kobe. The image wasn't Shaq. From that time, from 96 to 2004, the image was AI. The first thing they did was the dress code. Boom, dress code out of there. Yo, you got to suit up. Boom, 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 boom. LeBron, his first year in the NBA, averaging 21 of 6 and 6 and barely shooting 40%. The very next year, he goes from 21 points to 28 points a game, and ain't nothing about his game changed. What changed? He's still living in the open court, kind of like Magic. He's still rim running, breaking out and getting leak out buckets. Like LeBron, to me, LeBron should have had this scoring title years ago. We looking at this shit now. I'm like, yo, what the hell? I'm like, LeBron is just now getting to this. LeBron should have had at least 6 championships and 38,000 points years ago. That's my issue, bro. Like, and my issue with a lot of the players today is that I'm seeing them take time off. I'm seeing them low manage. I'm seeing them get whatever they want. We seeing Kawhi basically get whatever the hell he want and over there with the LA Slippers, bro. Like, come on, like we all seeing it. We all seeing what he doing, bro. We all seeing what LeBron doing on the court. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is just like these players is really it's either one, it's either A, the management is telling them, yo, we don't need you to be out there. We developing too much money into you, or B, they going along with it and they be like, yo, I ain't hurt myself, man. I got like money on the line, man. I got to be out there for the season, even though it's guaranteed money. Yo, I gotta, be out there for the season. My career might be over, and then I might not get no more money.
I think it's more A than B. I think it's more A than B. I think Kawhi's the only one that takes advantage of like.
You think Kawhi's the only one?
He's the only one that's just out there saying, like, other than like maybe
Ben
a
Simmons
Greg Popovich.
last year.
No, Ben Simmons was hurt. Remember, he had a back injury.
He had a
His
back
feelings
injury.
was hurt because.
Hey. Disclaimer. Hold up. Disclaimer. I live in Brooklyn. I'm gonna let you know something, bro. Listen, you can find Ben Simmons that downtown buying a brand new car or a brand new Jaguar or something like that, bro. In the nearest dealership near or either in Manhattan. We saw it.
So you and
I live here, huh?
Yeah, you can buy a car with a bad back.
I mean, but that is helping with his mental.
With a bad back.
It's helping with his mental. You see, remember? Yeah, didn't he file a grievance to Philly? because
He
they
did
like.
file a grievance to get that to get the 12 mil or whatever
I will say
20 mil or
Ben
whatever.
Simmons is Kawhi's at least a superstar, or at least has was one. Ben
Kawhi at
Simmons
least
never
did something
was.
that I'm proud of.
So Ben Simmons shouldn't have been afforded superstar like
I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean,
his
I know what you're about to
because
say.
the
What's
thing-
it?
yeah, I know what you're about to say.
Superstar.
privileges.
God.
Superstar
Privileges,
privileges, yeah.
Oh.
Kawhi,
You said
Kawhi at
LeBron
least
won
earned-
6.
yeah.
You said LeBron should have won 6, and not a LeBron fan.
Years
I like
ago.
him, but yeah, I just want to know which ones. Other than I just want
The
to know.
Dallas one, for
Okay,
sure.
that one, yeah.
The Dallas one for sure.
That's 3. No, that's 6.
The
That's 5.
15 Warriors, because they didn't know what the hell they was doing. The 15 Warriors.
LeBron
for
didn't
sure.
have Kevin Love or Kyrie, bro. Come on, man.
I don't
Yeah,
know
no
about
one.
that.
Come
one,
on, bro.
I'm not
He
gonna
was
lie.
up- he was
I'm
up
not
shooting under 40.
saying LeBron. I'm not saying LeBron should have. I'm not saying LeBron should have
He was
won.
up 2-1.
But if he did
He
win,
shoot
it wouldn't
under
have been.
40
It wouldn't have been
for
as
the
shocking as
series.
everyone seems to be
Yeah.
making it. Because Golden State did not play
That
well.
didn't stop him before.
Golden State
he
were
was up
really
to-
bad in that series. Outside of
They were-
Stephen
they were
Iguodala,
terrible.
it was.
That's why I'll give you maybe, but
If we're talking about
I think
rings,
the
that,
only
I don't know. The rings that he should have won are 21. 21, AD got hurt. If he didn't get hurt, I have a friend who's a Lakers fan. I always troll him, but at the end of the day, I do
21?
think the Lakers would have won.
I don't think
in
they was
21.
getting to the finals. Whether
I
they
think
had
they
a-
would have won
Nah.
in 21 too.
You don't
I think
think
they
there's
would have
a
won in 21.
I
Well,
don't
if
think they was
we're
getting to the
doing
finals
if
whether
AD
they-
was healthy, if Klay Thompson
We
was
doing
healthy,
the AD was
then I think
healthy?
the Warriors
That's what
win
we
in
doing?
21.
I mean, yeah, they got past the Warriors in the play.
Man, people don't talk. Hold up, people don't talk enough about how LeBron was getting cooked in 2014. People don't talk. People don't talk about that.
I
But
do.
LeBron-
I've been
I
trying
do.
to say
I
LeBron
do.
James has never been elite in the playoffs against the Spurs. I don't
No.
care if you want to tell me 2014,
2014, he was getting
2007. He's never been great against the Spurs.
Mars, he was getting cooked.
He
Like
was
this
getting
man was
washed.
getting cooked.
It was a lot of
was
empty
getting
stats in
washed
2014.
away.
Bro,
it was
it
a
was
lot
sure.
of empty stats in
Not,
2014.
I wanna
empty
ask
stats,
you
and
this.
defensively, this crazy defensive guy was getting cooked by Ginobili, TP, Kawhi, and people don't
Yeah,
talk
that-
about that for
and-
some reason.
But that's
That
because
was
he
a
averaged,
flagrant
it's because he averaged 27 and D Wade averaged
He
15.
had to do so much. No, that
They
motherfucker was
see the
trying.
27 a game
Bro,
on like
he got
57%
cooked by
from the
role
field,
players,
but-
bro.
Must
Like,
have- wasn't a lot of his points in
I
garbage
mean,
time.
He
I
got
mean, I
cooked
remember
by a bunch
seeing
of
that
role
series.
players at the
They
time.
were-
I'm not saying the Heat should have won, but LeBron did not play.
He
as good
played
as the
Duncan-
Bucks-
Duncan-
as good as the
Duncan
Bucks
played
played.
bad.
Duncan, Tony Parker, and Ginobili were 30-something-year-old role players. He got
They were
cooked by all
taking
of them.
turns on him. They were taking turns.
That's
on him.
Literally.
Spurs.
Corb.
That Spurs team was cold, though. That
Corb,
Spurs
can
team was
I-
cold.
They were role players in their mid-30s, bro. Stop
Corb,
it, bro.
Corb,
Come
Corb.
on.
You
What's
said Giannis wasn't top 5. Before you go, I want you to elaborate on that.
We need to hear the top 5
Okay.
first.
My top 5. By the way, no one rebutted even what I said for the. I guess I won that. No one even rebutted it.
For the
Rebutted.
Magic-
Oh yeah,
the
that's
Magic-
true. Cause I'm not rebuttaling
Nah,
that.
I
I'm not.
didn't rebuttal. The reason why I didn't rebuttal it, man, because listen, I only judge careers that I see. It's one of the reasons why I get on Curry so much because I know what I'm seeing, bro. But like, listen,
That's fair.
Mars already know what time it is, bro. And the
He's
Curry
still top
minions
10
that's in
now.
the chat, man, y'all already know what it is, man. Like,
He's still top
it
10
ain't gonna stop.
But
Who
as far as
trying-
Magic,
I just
I would
dropped,
probably say
I just dropped the
Dame,
StreamYard link.
Curry,
If you're
and
trying to
Luka.
rebuttal that Magic Johnson take, pull in.
Dame, Curry, and Luca
Johnson.
or like I would say definite over Magic today. Everybody else,
I think
I'm
Dame's
looking
easy.
at the
I never-
skill sets. Maybe.
I don't think Magic is top 5. I think he had a top 5 career. I don't think he's a top 5 player.
I don't know. He didn't do
Well,
enough against
Giannis,
Danny Ainge. I'm
though-
sorry. The fact that
Giannis
he's
got down.
I think
Why
Magic
is-
is
Danny
top
Ainge
5
was
player.
nice. Danny Ainge was nice.
Yeah, so Corb,
I forgot,
why
sorry.
isn't what's his name? Why isn't Giannis,
Giannis?
top 5?
Okay. Giannis, he has way too many deficiencies in his game. The 5 players, I actually have 6 over him. 4 undisputables, and there's 2 you can question. And I'll even let you if you want to say
Let me hear
he's
hear
5th.
these
That's fine.
names.
Number 1 best player in the world is Kevin Durant right now. Number 2,
Let him cook.
okay, the first 4 in the same tier, but
I like
number 2,
I like Katie. I like Katie. So I'm like, that's why I'm like,
All
wow.
right,
Okay,
okay,
okay.
all right, whatever.
I'm just trying to. I'm gauging where I think this is going based on the names.
I give you. Yeah, I live in Brooklyn. I give you KD punk ass. Go ahead.
number 2 is Luca. Number 3 is
Uh-huh.
Stephen Curry.
Yeah.
Number 4,
Yeah.
Nikola Jokic.
Oh,
Any of those
God.
in that order. The
Oh
next
my
2, you
God.
could debate it. I have when Anthony
my
Davis is
God.
like aggressive. It's AD. Lo, what's good, bro?
I told this man
Wait,
Doug to
wait,
give me
whoa.
a second, and he waits till I put the sandwich in my mouth.
I'm not gonna hold you.
Oh wait!
I'm not
Oh my
I'm not
God!
gonna hold you.
Yo,
You know what?
serious, man?
My
Yo,
bad.
hold on,
I
let me
didn't.
take
I didn't.
Oh yeah, because that's gonna fix everything.
Nah,
Yeah, that's gonna fix everything.
I agree with the top.
Y'all is out of lot. Yo, I
let
gotta
me go and
say
turn
here.
on my
Y'all out
mic.
of pocket, bro. Y'all out of pocket, bro. Come on, yo.
Before you said I can like.
Wait, what was the what?
Hold on, let me get
agree with-
5 and 6 up. Let me get
hold
5
on.
and 6 up.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
What was
5
the
is
Oh, you
Jason
said-
Tatum, 6 is Anthony Davis when Anthony Davis is aggressive. So you are kind of being selective there, but hey,
Yeah,
in 2020,
I don't know
Anthony
about
Davis
that.
is better too. Even
So
when
wait,
Giannis wins
wait.
MVP.
This is right now as we talk, as we
Yeah,
speaking.
of course, right now.
And you got
Anthony
Curry in
Davis
your top
right
three.
now?
Don't focus
Yeah.
on
Why
Stephen
wouldn't Curry
Curry.
be top three?
No,
No,
told
talk
the
about
people to
Giannis.
focus
No,
You got Curry in your top three
No.
as we speak. Nah. I'm getting it.
No.
Nah, I'm taking
why
it there.
not?
I'm taking it there. No.
Okay, tell me why
You
then.
got Curry in your top three as
He's
we
hurt.
talk right now.
He's hurt.
I mean, he's hurt, but he played.
You got a
good, what,
replacement?
20 games. He's only missed like 10 games, hasn't he? If that.
We don't.
I mean,
I don't
I don't have a
know what he's
replacement.
gonna do.
He's better than Giannis. Why would I replace him? He's been playing better than Giannis.
I was
and
just
he is a
surprised
better
not to
player.
hear Joel Embiid. That's why I was
Oh
surprised. I
my
thought I was going
God,
to hear Joel
bro.
Embiid.
I mean, the fact you got
no,
80 over
no.
Joel is kind of wild
But
too.
Joel Embiid's like one of the big things I hate about Joel Embiid is the same things I hate about Giannis, and both of them, for not being primary ball handlers, they turn the ball over way too much. Okay, but here's my thing with Giannis is you can't have all three of these huge flaws and be the best player in the league.
Why not?
I understand.
wanna
that.
win with that?
He hasn't even said the flaws.
I haven't even said it.
What's the flaws? Yeah, what's the
What's the
flaws?
flaws?
Flaw number
One
one.
shooting,
I
one
understand that
shooting.
role players are supposed to play their role toward the superstar. They're supposed to cater toward the superstar, but not being able to space the floor for your teammates to thrive, in my opinion, Giannis doesn't really get any of his teammates buckets in the paint at the rim. And getting buckets at the rim is the most efficient shot. But because players are already kind of defending off Giannis, it's more just 3-point shots, which you can live with 3-point shots. You can die with 3-point shots. But the Celtics did that last year, and the Celtics team that was clearly better than the Bucks, it went 7 because it was all just 3-pointers from the Celtics. So that's deficiency number one. Number two, just being so bad at the free throw line that teams can get bailed out by just fouling you, and you're making 1 out of 2. And against an overrated defensively, like Giannis is overrated on defense. Just every time I see him in the pick and roll, he gets cooked. And in the clutch, especially with that off ball defense. You're just like you can't guard DeMar DeRozan and you have no impact. Your off-ball defensive impact in the fourth quarter, I mean, you have none. DeMar DeRozan is just shooting over your best defender on the team. Giannis doesn't really do anything. He didn't even guard KD except in like very specific situations in that 2021 series. And then
third part.
deficiency number 3 is the offensive fouling. He gets way too many turnovers off that. His overall fouling just people don't talk about this enough, but Jaren Jackson Jr. is a player who gets a lot of fouls, and Giannis averages an entire more foul than him per game. I think Giannis gets in a lot of foul trouble, and in some games he doesn't play as many minutes as he needs to. Meanwhile, this season, Stephen Curry hasn't really been fouling out of games. I know sometimes he would do that in the playoffs, but like players like Luka, Curry, they don't get in that foul trouble, and you can't have this huge impact defensively if you're not on the court. Also, I'll say, I kind of thought this before I saw the stat, but last week I saw the stat that he was a negative plus minus versus like when the other players are on the court. And I'm a Hawks fan. I've seen 3 different, like in 3 weeks, I saw 3 different games of Hawks versus Bucks. And I was praying Giannis got on the court. Like especially when you have a coach like Mike Budenholzer, where Mike Budenholzer is a better coach when he doesn't have this superstar. And Giannis, like, just the offense looks really stagnant when Giannis isn't on the court. And I don't know. We've only seen prime Giannis with Budenholzer, so I can't. I mean, what am I supposed to say? Like, if he had a different coach, things would be different because that coach could prioritize the superstar better. I can't say that. He's only had Budenholzer, so I mean that's what I have to say.
Dub Mars. Let me get this off. All right. First thing, listen. First thing with Giannis, bro. Like,
are you ready now, or you want to go late?
No, I saw your tweet. You don't have Giannis top 3 right now, so I don't want to hear anything. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, but the arguments that you made.
I don't have Giannis top 3?
I don't have him top 3.
No,
the
Lord,
arguments that you made are just dumb. But I'm gonna let him go.
Yeah. Well, listen. First off, the first thing with Giannis, bro, like you got to understand is that he lives off of advantage and his hustle. That's the things he got going for him. So for him to live off an advantage and hustle and still giving you 28, close to 30, and close to 13, 14 rebounds and 5-6 assists, like you could live like that's great numbers like on any scale for anybody with all the things that you said he lacking. That's one. Number two, that now the defensive part, bro, about that you said about him is somewhat true because they are kind of slacking off. One of the things that I think I speak for everybody in here when I say the Bucks is offensively one of the stupidest teams to ever win a championship in the last 5 years. One of the dumbest. I think they lived off of defense. If you go back to that finals, they won games off of defensive plays. You go back to the Drew Holiday steal and the lob to Giannis. You go back to the block that he had on DeAndre Ayton. They lived off of defense that entire year, and they living off of defense now. And one thing I say about defense in today's NBA is nothing good can come from playing defense. It only lasts this long. That's it. Nothing good can come from it. Yo, stop. Leave him alone, man. And number three, with his free throw shooting, I think it's really on days it's kind of hit or miss. Realistically, you got somebody that shot 15 and 17 and a 50-point performance in the finals, and then he'll turn around and shoot maybe like 13 for 20 or something.
That's a specific finals game. Overall, he's pretty consistent. Like he doesn't have games where he goes 9 for 10, maybe like once.
No, yeah, of course not.
It's
of course
consistently 50-60.
Of course not. And his shooting, I think Lo alluded to him a couple of weeks ago. His shooting, like in the mid-range area, is terrible. It's all layups and dunks. And I'd rather him just
fell off a cliff this year.
Yeah. It's fell off completely off a cliff. He'll hit a standstill every now and then, but it's all fell off a cliff. Like it's strictly layup, dunk. I'm getting in there, spin move, pass. I admit it. I like Zion bully ball more than his because what I seen Zion do to the Timberwolves the other night was straight up child abuse. It was awful, bro. It's like D'Angelo Russell was saying. He was basically playing football and they was playing basketball. We talking about like literally somebody like 6'6", maybe like 10 pounds less than Low, man, just running through everything, man. Like, come on, man. It's not even a thing.
I'm about to say my problem with the top five is more on Jokic. I don't think Jokic isn't top five, but I think we like don't give him any expectations to do anything in the playoffs. Like, does anyone have the Nuggets coming out of the West?
I got the Nuggets coming out of the West as long as the Warriors and the Lakers are not in the playoffs.
Well, you don't have to worry about the Lakers. So.
Yeah, I got the Nuggets in every series except.
No. I'm lying. I just told a lie. I gotta stand on my super chat because that's all I said. The New Orleans Pelicans are making it to the finals. The Pelicans are making it to the finals hand over. I don't give a damn what Mars say about Zion, bro. Zion is running through any lineup, anywhere, anytime. It's that simple. You line them up, he gonna bowl them over. It's just that simple.
Okay, the arguments that you made were like, the reason why I had Giannis out of my top three is just because his inability to shoot. But the crazy part about it is you barely even talked about that. So the fouling, is it a problem? Sure, but like go back and look at Dwight's his numbers when he was fouling back on his peak. They're not too far off from what we're seeing from Giannis right now. And Giannis is just this year. So I'm assuming you're talking about exclusively this year, but Dwight Howard has years where he's in the same realm of fouls per game. So there's several other players.
You talking about offensive fouls, though? Like, or you just talking about?
He's talking about in general. You talking about? I would argue probably. I would. He's talking about both ways, so it doesn't matter, offense or defensive foul.
I think you were like we talking about before Orlando made the finals with Dwight.
I'm talking about when he was in Orlando. If you go back to the year he went to Orlando, it was 3.4 in 09, 3.5 in 2010, 3.3 in 11. He has several years where it's in the same realm.
So what's your point?
The point is that
let me ask you a question on that, Lo. You think that's more because he's the primary rim protector, or you think that's just because I
don't mind somebody who's playing defense, especially still is able to give me 33 to 36 minutes a game, fouling to that degree.
Dwight was the better defender. Dwight was the better defender. I don't
like, but that would be you be making my argument even further. If you're saying he's a better defender, but still fouling to that degree, then that proves the
Dwight was a better defender by quantity, not by quality.
Even beyond that, the problem with the whole Giannis take is like his deficiencies. The reason why I have players above Giannis isn't because his deficiencies. It has way more to do with how good everybody else is. That's
Well, I never
really
said
it.
that's not true.
Wait,
I
who
was
you
just
got above?
listing
Who you
D
got above
deficiencies.
Giannis, Lo?
I think it's only
Who
for
you
his
got above
MVPs. I don't
Giannis
think
right now?
he don't think better.
No, I'm
You got-
talking about for this season. I think that
Like right now,
I think
who you got
Jokic.
above
I think
Giannis?
Jokic is playing better. I think Luka's
Okay.
playing better, and you can argue KD, but Curry's not playing either as well. If Curry was playing, I would say Curry as well. But that's
So
like
who you got
that's
as
really it.
replacement?
No, I
I
think
don't
this is
understand
that
how you
it.
could
That's
argue
what I'm saying.
KD.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
KD so far has been
KD.
easily
Nah, I'm not
installed,
arguing with
efficient,
KD.
the
I
best
just like
scorer.
it's.
You would say
Most
KD.
underrated
I don't
I'm
know
not
KD.
arguing with
I
KD.
don't know.
I'm not arguing with KD.
Yeah,
ever,
but I would
man.
still
Like,
I would
KD
still
is
say
very
that Giannis
efficient.
is a better playmaker though.
What is with
KD
your? You don't like
is
what?
very
I heard you
efficient.
like you don't like KD. Like what's going on? Like,
Oh no, I'm just being funny. I live in Brooklyn, man.
Oh,
It's
okay,
always
okay.
it's always fuck KD, bro. Like it's just
Wow.
just got to be funny about it, man. He
And
better
even-
hoop, bro. That's all.
And
it
even
is.
even when you talk about the concept of like how the teams are structured and how they can't get easy twos and stuff, like that's been in existence throughout NBA history. The idea that Giannis, for whatever reason, has to abide by this concept that he has to be a perimeter oriented player because then it removes for what players can do in the interior. That to me is absurd. It's just the strengths and weaknesses that come along with being a player. Curry has weaknesses of defense. That's why you surround him with defensive-oriented players. Same thing with Luka. Luka also can't hit free throws either, which I don't know how that's a problem. I don't know why
It's
that's
not
a
as bad
thing.
as Giannis, but
Yeah, but it shouldn't be. But it shouldn't even be. It shouldn't be
It
anywhere near
shouldn't
close
be
as
that
bad
low.
as it is right now. It shouldn't even be
It shouldn't
anywhere near
even be that
bad.
low. That's
And-
like LeBron, like in his early years and 70-something%, and then
Yeah.
it's going lower and lower.
Thing is,
and
he's not a
basically
bad
even
shooter. That's why it's so confusing. That's what's so confusing about him. 'Cause he's
And
not a bad shooter.
I also want to get on the fact. Of about the Jokic greatest passer of all time shit, man. Listen,
oh,
I ain't gonna lie. Listen,
Top
I'm known
five.
for jumping up. I'm known for jumping off the top rope off his shit, man. But listen, as far as him being the greatest passer, bro, like I'm gonna just leave it at. For right now, I'm gonna leave it at greatest passer at his position. I honestly think, and this is the big time take, and I need y'all to listen to this. This is one of the reasons why I think he's gonna win MVP again this year. He has literally figured out how to break advanced metrics game after game. It's like it's not even close. I don't give a damn what Luka is doing. Luka has 60, 20, and he figured it out. Low, like you think about it, like every year. What last year? What was it like? 7 assists, like 7.3 assists, 7.9
He's just playing
assists.
basketball.
Yeah, but I'm saying, bro, like the stats that the stat lines that he's putting up and the averages that he's meeting is literally like it's like, yo, you averaging 26 points per game with maybe like less than 7 free throws a game or something like that. Yo, who's ever done that? Like, you know anybody that done that before?
Steph Curry. But you
Curry
hate
does
Steph
it
Curry.
very frequently.
Steph
Curry
Curry,
does
you
it
hate,
very
you
frequently.
hate
That took
Curry.
less than 9, like less than 7, like 7.
I don't think Steph's ever taken.
Let me double check. Steph has never
do that, please.
Steph has never had a season where he's attempted more than 6.5 free throws a game. Never had a season.
What was Jokic's high?
He's in shock. He's in shock.
What was
right
Jokic's-
now.
what was Jokic's highest one?
Jokic or Curry's? Curry's highest.
Jokic's highest.
Jokic is. Let me double check because
I
I don't know.
The highest is this
I
year.
know
7.
Jokic in the playoffs is averaging
This year,
five.
this year 7. This is his highest.
This year 7. So he like one higher than
average.
Kirk
Shaq averaged
is
like 28 on like under 6, like 29, like
what? When?
Who?
under 6 free throw attempts. You talking about free throw attempts?
When?
Yeah, I'm like
did
the
you say
lowest
Shaq?
free throw attempts.
You said Shaq.
Oh, you said free throw attempts?
Yeah, I said
Yeah,
free throw
yeah.
attempts. Yeah,
Not made.
I'm tripping.
No, not made.
No,
Yeah,
no, y'all got it.
Oh, if it's free throws
y'all
made,
got it.
Also, I
think
never
Giannis
even-
might have
No,
less.
I never said made. I said attempts. And I'm looking
this,
like
this year 7 attempts on 25 points. Curry does that literally every single year of his career. So I don't know what you're talking about.
But he
Okay,
hates
all right. I
Steph
just
Curry.
wanted
It
to
doesn't
make
count. It
sure.
doesn't count. It
Okay.
doesn't
I
count.
just want.
I want to
to
even. I want to even say KD's done it as well. Like
I mean, but low at the center position, bro. Like that's like, is that not impressive? Like,
I mean,
he
he
can't
be
get by
getting
anybody.
fouled as well. So I mean,
Can you-
And he can't get by anybody. I'm like, how is he shooting 61%? I'm like, what?
KD basically did it every year in Golden State as well as his last year in OKC. So I don't know. Like that's
Speaking of KD, the Nets are a very underrated team right now. By the way,
They are.
I would say they're underrated.
I'm very happy. I'm very, very happy.
No, I mean like
yeah, but people aren't believing in them as contenders.
yeah, like when I talk to people,
listen.
all I've heard is that the Nets are like the third best team in the East, and it's like it's not even close. Like they don't even put the Nets in the same category as Milwaukee or Boston.
I will say this about the Nets, man. I think KD is putting much more effort, better defensively. I watched the game against Atlanta the other night. He is really trying to make a real big effort to make plays out of the double teams because they double teamed them almost every single time in the second half, like
That's
almost
that
every
boy
chance
Ben
they
Simmons
got.
out there.
Yeah, oh God, come on,
Ben
Lally.
Simmons, boy.
Yeah, Ben Simmons. That's another story for another day. But I think Kevin Durant is playing very well. His efficiency numbers is on some other shit, man. I personally think a lot of these numbers is inflated, but that's another story in another day.
Well, KD was on a tear like this last season, so I mean,
last season,
And he got hurt, and then everybody just forgot.
The Nets lost 11 straight games.
Yeah, at how high of a level that KD was.
I don't know if he was playing this good though.
He wasn't playing this. This was good. This is better than we did last.
This is like.
But last season around this time, KD was getting MVP chance. He definitely was.
Towards the end of the season, him and Kyrie were like swapping off of like 50, 60-point games towards the end of the season.
Yeah, they was just trading them joints off. But
what?
the thing is,
it was
like,
what?
They were dropping off like 50-point games at the end of the season.
games left and right, man. Like each one of them. But the thing is, they're not going to be judged on what they do in the regular season. They're going to be judged on what they do in the playoffs.
Mars, you know who holds the record for the most 25-point under 7 free throw attempt seasons in NBA history? Do you know who holds that record?
Steph.
Is it Steph?
James Harden? I'm just kidding.
It is Steph. So the thing that this man is literally bragging about, Steph holds the record for it.
I said at the center
Top
position.
10 player ever, bro.
Wait, you were just bigging up. You were just bigging up.
It's not that impressive when you just run off screens all day. And
I said it. I said at the center position, low. I'm like, that's what I said.
I
like,
did.
Just putting a
Isn't it more
clarification on
impressive?
it.
Jokic top 10.
No, it's not. It's not impressive when you're a perimeter.
It
player.
doesn't. It does.
When
But
you're big, it's more impressive.
Stop trying to be sarcastic, Mars, bro. Like, come on, man. We already know what this shit is.
I understand where you're coming from. I think it's nonsense, but I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, but listen, I'm gonna leave Steph alone this episode, man. Listen, but like to get on Jokic, I think I got him for winning MVP again this season, and I had him before the season. That was one of my first super chats. I remember it because I looked at the receipt and it said it on there, and you think Kevin Durant is winning it?
I mean, if they keep going on this stretch of probably winning 70% of their games, I mean, this would
I think it could
Their
happen.
top 2 seed, I think they might win it.
Yeah, they gotta keep because Boston.
Okay, all right.
Boston
So what if Denver finished number 1?
But Boston's a better team than the Nets.
Tatum's not winning MVP. I mean, I
don't think Tatum's winning MVP.
Okay, all right.
There's no way an MVP could be that. Like, there's a small gap between Tatum and I have Tatum above, to be honest, but there's still a small gap between Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Like, if we're just being honest, I'd say there's 50% of games I watch, Jaylen Brown is just, I don't know. Jaylen Brown's just as good.
I mean, I get where you're coming from, but like,
no, I don't. I don't.
No. Hear me out. Low. Hear me out. I'm just talking in terms of game-to-game performance. I understand it. Like in terms of like, all right, you would maybe get like 2-3 good games. But the thing is, Jalen Brown is not he don't have as many stretches of games as Tatum has. So the gap is like is kind of like wide. It could get smaller at times because it'll be games where Jaylen Brown outperforms Jason Tatum, and then we look at we should have paid Jason Tatum. We should have paid Jaylen Brown instead of Jason. And I know people to jump off that clip real quick, but Tatum.
I don't know. I have no idea what you're talking about. Brown has been good this year, but the gap between Brown and Tatum is if anything has grown. I have no idea what you're talking about.
You think it's grown?
Yes, because Tatum is a noticeably better. His ability to handle throughout traffic has improved. His playmaking has improved. His defense is either just as good or slightly improved. Brown is still a terrible decision making in traffic. He's still bad at that aspect.
We can't ignore that Jaylen Brown's a contender to be a starter in the All-Star game. I mean, like when you have two players that good.
We're talking about the difference between an MVP candidate and a starter in the All-Star game. What are we talking about?
That means he's an All-NBA player. Is Jaylen Brown not an All-NBA player?
I don't think so.
I think 13.
I don't think so. Nah.
He could be, but
I think
fringe.
it could
He's
be,
fringe.
but I just it's more. It's he's coming towards fringe.
You talking
I
about
don't
first All NBA or just
No. Like third.
All-NBA
Okay, so there's Steph Curry,
Okay,
Luka, obviously
alright.
better.
Because if he makes the third team, then that's not moving me. It really doesn't.
If he makes the second, if he makes the second team, I would like. Oh, okay.
He moved. It moves me, but again, if Tatum also improved, they both are shifting up. That means the gap isn't getting closer. It's the same gap. They just both shifted up in a positive direction.
They definitely.
I can see that.
I also think Tatum's MVP case is similar to KD's MVP case as well, and I think it leans more toward KD. I mean, team record goes to Tatum, but I think contextually, like KD had they had Steve Nash as a coach, and they had a stretch where they went like 2-6 at the beginning of the year.
Yeah,
but they weren't winning
the turnaround.
They did. They won winning.
No, I mean, as soon as they got the new coach, now they started winning. So they'll probably like throw that in there, like because they had a new coach, like maybe the record would have been better if they started off with Jack Bond, as opposed to having to do.
I mean, both teams have a new coach. So.
Question:
Yeah.
If Denver finished number 1 in the West, and Jokic is still doing what he's doing, bro, like how
he still won't win. He still won't win.
I don't think he'll win just because.
I don't think he'd win, but he'd be my MVP.
Does he have a better record than Boston?
Mars, you just said he could go 75-7. He could average a 30-point triple double, and he won't win.
All right.
We can't have one of the only repeats ever.
So I want to know, man. Like,
I don't know. That's bad marketing. That's just marketing.
Yeah,
got you.
Dub, I got your invite the other day, man. I'll pull up, man. Whenever.
I got you, bro. I got you. I gotta keep that rotation going, bro. I'm about to let some new guys up here, bro. Y'all be easy. Thank you for bringing the heat, bro. And y'all have a good one, bro. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's to everybody in the chat too.
Happy holidays and Happy New Year's. Even so, yeah. Oh shit.
Oh shit is
Oh
right.
man, I want to get my Magic off.
Oh, the Magic take. Hey, you got it off though.
But yeah. I mean, no one rebutted it, but that was
Gotcha.
I don't think anyone rebutted it because I don't think anyone really disagreed.
Should I leave him up here? Should I leave him up here, Morris, so that he could battle with Low and Ticket about Magic Johnson being top 5?
Where does he have him at?
He said
Like
he said Magic today in today's game wouldn't be a top 5 point guard. That's what he said.
What does that have to do with what he did in his own period?
Nothing, but that's what he came in.
That's just what he came in and said.
Okay.
It's the viewers show, man. Come on, Low. Don't be like that. Let him get it off.
Oh no, I thought when y'all said top 5, I thought I meant like top 5 all time. Not. I see what you're saying.
Oh no. It was just.
I said top 5 in today's day.
It was just like an evolution type argument.
Curry, Luka.
He said Curry, Luka, Dame, Ja, Trey at the 5. He'd say.
Ja. Oh my God, Trey. Oh my God. I'd rather have MJ. No, I'd rather have Magic.
This Trey, like I still don't get how Ja Morant's better than Trey Young, but
I might even rather have Magic than Ja because it's not like Ja is.
No, that's fine. Like I'm not saying I agree with the top 5 thing. I do agree with the analysis he had of Magic's game, which is pretty self-explanatory. But I'd probably still have him behind Steph and Luka in today's game.
Yeah,
Dame and Magic Johnson is bugger.
Hey,
is also kind of spotty.
There's a super chat.
That's
There's a
fucking
super chat
crazy.
from somebody in here, bro. It come from King J right here, bro. The Bucks bounce back. I guess he believes in the Bucks winning the championship, bro. What's good, Jay? How you feeling, bro?
I'm doing all right. I mean, that's my team. Shout out Milwaukee. That's my team.
The Bucks
Yo, what's up, man? This is too good. Mars and Low at the same damn time. Outside of player's choice, excuse me, outside of the panel, don't got Chilltown capping ass and don't have Fluent to back you up, huh? This would be good right here.
Wow.
What's up, Ticket? What's up, Ticket?
Mars, I heard you apologizing, running back, whining like a little baby to KD. I heard you, sucker. Stand on what you said, dog.
Then what did you hear? If that's what you heard, then you weren't listening. If that's what you heard, then you weren't
I heard
listening.
you folded like a punk to KD. I heard you talking all this big tough. I heard you talking all this big tough talk, and then KD dropped a tweet, and then you online. Oh, I'm sorry, I was wrong, man. I repent, man. If I say it again, I promise you.
He's talking about Zion Williamson. If
that's what he heard, then that's fine.
You know what I'm talking about. KD said one thing, and your ass got the goddamn going doing a full 180. You look like Tanya Harding out here doing all them spins and stuff like that on the ice skates, fool. And Low, you still nasty, boy. Did James Harden take? Yeah, anytime you want to get it low.
I ain't gonna lie, I double checked a lot of the information, and it's actually much worse. That Eastern Conference was terrible.
Low,
That was
don't
the
play with me, Low.
worst.
Don't play with me, Low. Don't play with me,
We're
Low.
not doing it.
Do not play
Y'all
with me,
been
Low.
doing.
That
Hold on,
conference was
y'all been doing.
horrible.
Don't play with me, Low. Hey, Dub. Hey, Dub. Hold on, Dub.
now.
You gotta ride with me,
That
Dub.
conference was
This is gonna be
terrible.
funny.
You gotta ride with me on this, Dub. Dub. The disrespect is real, bro.
Dub, that
Nah,
conference was
Low,
terrible,
nah,
dog.
that year,
Dub.
2001, that year was not bad. It was not terrible in
Thank you,
It
2000.
Dub.
was.
Thank you,
What
Dub.
Yes, it
They
was
were
in
not terrible,
2001.
Low. It was not terrible. It
Bro,
was
this
not.
man, hey,
It was not that. It wasn't terrible. The way that the LeBron run in 2007, the LeBron run in 2018 was worse than AI's run.
bro.
I'm not saying which one is worse. I just say it was terrible.
The stuff Low
Those
saying
runs
right
were
now.
also bad. Yeah, those are bad runs. I'm not saying those are not bad.
The
Those
stuff
are
that
bad
Low
runs.
is saying, the stuff that Low is saying right now, 10 years ago, Low couldn't walk on any street in America talking the way he talking about AI, bro. Bro, hey, Low,
I could. 10 years ago, I could. Maybe 20.
Yeah, maybe 20.
Bro,
Yeah, 20 years ago.
y'all are some real disrespectful cats, bro. Listen, this is my whole point to you, Low. And this is something Elder said, and I thought Elder was so right what he said, bro. You and Mars, especially you two, y'all like to use that. Y'all eliminate the eye test, bro. Bro, listen. I
watched Iverson.
I want to say this to you. But Low, I want you to think about this. What does James Harden look like after Mike D'Antoni for the last 5 years?
He's been 5 years?
No. Let's keep it low. Let's keep it 100.
I just asked you, has it been 5 years?
Even Jeremy Lin looked great with Mike D'Antoni. So let's not do this. Chris Duhon looked great. So your numbers, we know. Hold on. Low. We know your numbers go through the roof with Mike D'Antoni. Low. Let's not get nasty. We know your numbers low. Joe Johnson got $200 million after playing with Mike D'Antoni because he played for Mike D'Antoni. That's a fact. So hold on, let's keep going. Jeremy Lin had an NBA career because he played with Mike D'Antoni for 20 games and balled out. So let me say this to you right here, and this is why I talk about when me and Elder say you guys try to eliminate the eye test, bro. If we be very honest, bro, about our assessments on basketball, dog, bro, you always say we all base our opinions on AI of what he did in 2001. Okay, cool, no problem. What did James Harden do outside of the year he got carried to the finals with KD and Russell Westbrook? What has he done? Because hold on, listen. Because he's had Hall of Fame at the Hall of Famer. And look, here's what destroys you. The man ran Chris Paul out of Houston, had everybody thinking that Chris Paul was done. They said Chris Paul had the worst contract in basketball, and his contract was untradeable. Now watch this, Lo. 4 years later, he goes to Phoenix and helps lead them to the NBA Finals. James Harden still ain't been to the finals. And let me say this. James Harden have played with so many Hall of Famers in their prime is sick. So even if you try to bring up this lame ass excuse, Lo, about the Eastern Conference, this Eastern Conference, that, well, guess what, Lo? The Western Conference was tough. The Lakers didn't lose a game that year in the West, and the only team to beat them was a team from the East. So that one game. So no other team beat them one game. So, and I want to say this to you. You keep talking about what James Harden did against, James Harden took his team. Bro, you left out that CP3 was on that team. You make it seem like CP3 was not on that team. Again, James Harden played with Joel Embiid last year. Joel Embiid out here playing with a messed up eye, messed up back, messed up arm. All this man had to do was perform one game, bro. Dude comes out and drops 14 in the closeout game. Come on, 11 in the fourth closeout.
It was 18.
Are you done?
Let's not let's not do the Let's not do this because AI averaged 33. AI averaged 33.3 points per game in closeout games. James Harden averaged 22 points. Hold on. The great James Harden. The great James Harden averages 22 in closeout games. So my point to you is this. Stop basing that bull jab all stats, because even with your stats, I can still beat your ass, because even with all them little skewed little numbers, AI had more scoring titles. AI has a better defensive efficiency for his career than James Harden, different defensive rating for his career than James Harden. Hold on. These are all facts. Hold on. These are all facts. The only reason why I'm cooking Low is because he's a numbers guy. So I'm giving him numbers. AI has a better defensive rating than him. Allen Iverson has in closeout games, AI averaged 33.3 points per game. James Harden averaged 22. His average, so James Harden was averaging 36 in the season, but in closeout games, he averaged 22 points per game for his career. Cut this shit out. And one last thing, we never seen AI have moments like James Harden in the playoffs when it was all on the line. So and when you have something, and I dare you to show me the game where AI came up small and closed out games in the playoffs like James Harden. Cut it out, Low. You easy to beat.
Take it. So you went on a whole monologue, a whole soliloquy for about like 5 minutes.
I hope you understood.
So let Low get his
point across. Taking notes.
Yeah, let Low get his notes, gets his points across for the next 5 minutes. Go ahead, Low.
Okay, all right. First, you said player. Let's start from the beginning. That Eastern Conference was weak. There's no other way around it. Every metric that you can use, every eye test, every eyes that you can use, even at the time when people were writing articles and speaking about the Eastern Conference, they called it weak. So this is not me rewriting history. This is not me trying to have a point. Even at the time, people were calling that conference weak. In 2001, out of the 15 players that made the All-NBA team, only 5 of them were Eastern Conference players.
So ain't nobody.
Ironically enough, Iverson was on the team. He was the only player who was on the team with another All-NBA caliber player in the Eastern Conference.
Who?
So for the guy, the Mutombo. So for the man that
you talking about an old defensive line.
Nobody stopped you. Nobody stopped you. Nobody stopped him. Nobody stopped. Nobody stopped you. Nobody stopped you. Nobody stopped you. It's not nasty. How is it that you can say someone who won the Defensive Player of the Year award was not helped? That makes no sense.
No, literally that team. No, you said he's the only. No, you said no. Listen what you said.
He was the only.
No. Just all I'm saying to you. I said that was nasty because Lo, that Mutombo was only an 11-point per game scorer at that time, and he was known for defense. And he was at the end of his career defensively. But when you compare it to James Harden, and you name me all the players James Harden.
Nobody said that. Yo, mute this nigga. Nobody's saying that. Fuck. Listen. I am telling you, in a conference that is trash, out of 15 names, only 5 of them come from the East. Only 5.
Okay.
Iverson is on a team with another All-NBA caliber player. Regardless of how you feel about Mutombo, he won.
Let me ask you one question.
Stop!
Take it. He let you. No, take it.
Hold on.
I gotta go, bro. Nobody's lying. I have not said a lie yet.
Take it, please.
I have not said a lie yet. Nobody interrupted you.
He let you talk. He let you talk for 5 minutes.
Fuck.
Please let him get his point across.
Damn. What I just said was not a lie. Iverson was the only player in the Eastern Conference in 2001 that was on a team with another All-NBA caliber player in the Mutombo. Regardless of how you feel about how old he was still good enough to win DPOY and anchor that defense to the top 5 defense in the league that year. That Eastern Conference was so bad that there were only 2 teams that had an above-average offense and defense that year. Only two. That conference was so bad that, if I'm not mistaken, there was only like 2 or 3 players who finished top 10 in the MVP race. That conference was so bad that when you go look at how many teams were below average on both offense and defense, it was 6.
No, I just want to challenge one thing you say. I want to ask him a question. No, I just want to ask him.
What's the question?
Okay, here's my question. Here's my question. Here's why he's nasty. He said that year, right? Now, is that the same year that AI beat Ray Allen, Sam Cassell, and Glenn Big Dog Robinson in their prime? Low, do me one favor. Call off their averages for that season. Sam Cassell, Glenn Robinson, and Ray Allen. I'll wait.
All right, so like I said, Sit
your ass down. Because you said
either mute or I might can leave, bro. Either mute or I might can leave.
Take it, please.
Because we literally let this nigga talk for 5 minutes. The problem with people like Ticket is they think that just because you ran off somebody's points per game, that equates to some form of help. There's also defensive help. defense also exists. So the concept that the teams in which they played against were either one side, they were either offensive leaning or defensive leaning, and the Sixers were the only other team outside of Orlando who were above average on both sides of the floor. So that means that the team that Milwaukee team was so bad defensively that the old man Dikembe Mutombo went into that series and averaged 16 points. Aaron McKee averaged 16 points to go alongside the Iverson 30. Ray Allen averaging 27, and Glenn Robinson averaged 19 as well, or almost 20. And Sam Cassell averaged 16. So they have basically the same level of production from the top three players. So that means the way that they're going to win ball games is off of their defense.
That went 7
that's
games,
how
right?
and they won because of their defense.
I'm saying, but that went 7 games, right?
They won because of their defense.
Okay,
that's
so
why they won
cool.
game.
No,
bro,
okay,
stop!
cool. Listen,
Right,
no.
I'm about to go.
Hold on. No.
I'm about to go, bro. I gotta go. Because again, I'm just on the fact that it's irrefutable between 99 to 2007, in particular 2001, he was in a weak conference. You can gas these teams.
That's true. I agree.
But it's a terrible conference.
I agree.
So
I agree with Lo.
Hold on. Wait for him to land his plane.
Hold on, Lo, you're right.
Wait for him. No, take it, please.
Hold on.
Wait for him to land his plane.
Lo is right. Lo is right. I agree, Lo. Lo, you're right about that. The Eastern Conference was weaker. I totally agree with what he said.
Not weaker. No.
Okay, come on. It was a weak conference. Okay, no problem. Lo, I agree with that. Here's my question to you. That year in the playoffs, since the West was so strong, who beat the Lakers in the West? One game.
Nobody.
Okay, so if the East was so weak, how the hell did Lil AI and them get a game off of a team that beat everybody in the West easy? They swept everybody
because they took them for granted. If you go back and you listen to Shaq and Kobe talk about that postseason run, they said verbatim that they took the Western Conference as serious as they did because the year before they claimed the writers and beat writers and all people were talking about it were saying that was a fluke run, that they should have never won it. The reason why they run it is just because the Spurs were not healthy and they did not play, that they got lucky and they barely got out that Portland series. They just took the Western Conference way more serious than they took that weak ass fucking conference that was the East. That's it. But however, Ticket, my argument is not exclusive to one season. I am talking about from 99 to 2007, the years in which he was an all NBA caliber player. Yeah. That conference was not just a weaker conference. It was historically bad.
Well, Lo, let me ask you one question. Didn't AI lose in that? Hold on, Lo, but didn't AI lose in the second round the year before that? Since you said you ain't talking about that 1 year. Hold on. The year before that. Hold on. Watch this, Dub. I got his ass nailed to the wall. Watch this. Now, he kept saying, hold on, Dub.
You go.
He kept saying, hold on, Dub. He kept saying that conference was weak, right? Okay, cool. Well, the year before that, AI and them lost in the second round to who? The Indiana Pacers. And what did the Indiana Pacers do? They went to the NBA Finals and played Kobe and Shaq. And was that a sweep? No. That was actually a good series until Kobe Bryant came and closed the deal. So AI was losing to the Indiana Pacers teams, and those Pacers teams was good all the way from 97, 96, 97, 98, 99, and they went to the finals. They actually were supposed to go to the finals before that. They were picked to beat the Chicago Bulls, the team that won the chip, and go to the finals. You know that. And then the team ended up changing a little bit. Reggie was still on the team, but that's when Jalen Rose came up and was doing great. And he was kind of like the second guy on that team to Reggie Miller. So those years that they play AI, don't say that, he had the only how did he say it? He said the only,
All NBA.
Yeah, no, he said the only all NBA caliber player. Because if you ask Lo, I could make an excuse and say, I thought Sam Cassell or Glenn Robinson or Ray Allen two of those three could have been all NBA performers that year on the same team. Because that team, how many games did that Bucks team win the year that AI and them beat them? And that team was picked to go to the finals. That team was picked to beat them. AI went and beat them game 7. They were picked to beat AI and them.
How many games do you think they won?
It was a 7-game series.
No, how many games do you think the Bucks won?
No, I'm saying no. I'm talking about.
But now I'm asking you, how many games do you think they won that year?
They probably won about what 40, 50, 52 games.
All right, 52. That team was a bottom. That team was a bottom 10 defense.
How many games did they Big Three play?
And they were a bottom 10 defense. You're sitting here comparing mid to mid. But
how many?
Let him rebuttal this. I'm gonna just finish it, and we'll be done. At the end of the day, the conference was historically bad. If you compare it to any other conference, it doesn't matter how you want to flip it, run it, however you want to say it was bad. That Pacers team was able to push them to 6 games, not because they were on par with them, but simply because Kobe got hurt in game 2. That's the only reason why. He missed game 3. They won that one. And then 2 games later, they were able to pull off another game. If Kobe was healthy, that probably would have went to a sweep or 5 games. But however, we do not determine how good an entire conference is based off of one team. That is remedial. Secondly,
No.
Take it.
I asked you, why did you let this sweep away?
No. Take it, because he's ending off on that, and then we're going to continue the topic.
I'm literally trying to end.
Once he ends on here, we're going to continue this. We're going to move on.
I'm not talking about just 1 year. The argument that we were having was in a larger scope because we were talking about James Harden's postseason career in a larger scope as well. So once you look beyond that, a player of Iverson's caliber not be able to make it past the second round ever again in his career in a historically bad conference on a team that was defensive leaning, and even when he was able to get more offensive help, still not do it. And then he went to play with Carmelo Anthony, more offensive help, and he still didn't do it. Says a lot about AI. In terms of Harden, no one is sitting here saying that he never played bad. He has some of the worst postseason moments I've seen in my life. However, that is not a depiction of who a player is throughout an entire career. That is absurd. You just sat there and said Iverson never had bad moments or whatever. I don't know what you're saying. There are several moments I can point out.
He never had bad closeouts.
Take it.
Listen,
hold up.
That's not true either.
Hold up. Let me say something. If y'all want to keep continuing this AI and Harden debate, y'all both put out tremendous cases. Please do that on the panel. This is open gym with me and Mars, with the fans. We got to get these guys in the topics on which they're trying to put out.
No, that's my fault. Hey, that's my fault. Good. I just wanted. Hey, I called low on the street lacking, so I had to come catch him.
I feel that. I love that. And by all means, y'all more than welcome to do it, but we can't take this away from the fans. You feel me?
But that's the reason why Nate never quit, because of niggas like Low. They cap for dudes who they cap.
You literally just lied about Iverson's career.
They cap for sorry ass dudes in this era who ain't earned shit. Period.
You just lied. You lied about his career routinely. You just
y'all can continue. Y'all can continue that on the panel, please. Y'all got that.
You lied
next
several
episode
times.
on the panel.
I'll catch y'all later,
but
bro.
There's a super chat from here. John Stockton versus Damian Lillard in their prime. Which player is better?
Damn.
See, they gonna say that. Damn. We know it's John Stockton.
I might take Dame, but I would really have to dig back into it. But I might take Dame.
He likes scoring. That's why y'all take Dame.
Yeah. No, Dame's just a better player than John Stockton.
In your opinion.
What does John Stockton do better than Dame? I just want to know.
Let me ask you a question. Who do you think was a better point guard, Dame or Steve Nash?
Steve Nash.
Why y'all got quiet?
Steve Nash.
Steve Nash wasn't averaging 30 out here.
It has nothing to do with averaging.
Right.
30.
Okay. So now, time out. So then use the same logic for John Stockton.
But John Stockton is.
You literally just put Dame over John Stockton because of one reason: scoring.
No, that's just
Who
not.
told you that?
Okay. So what else does Dame? What else does Dame do better than John Stockton?
He's a better shooter, better scorer.
No. I asked you. Other than scoring the ball, what else does Dame do better than John Stockton? I wait.
Finishes better.
That's not true.
Better.
Hold on. Do you not know who John Stockton was?
Yeah, I know who John Stockton was.
Hold on. Come on, my man. John Stockton could style on you, bro. He wasn't no dude like just come down. No. John Stockton could blend you up. There was a reason why he was one of the on the dream team. There's a reason why he was
because Isaiah Thomas wasn't there.
I don't know. Hold on.
That's a fact.
This dude went to multiple NBA finals. They were having 60-win seasons. You don't do that if you just a Tom, Dick, or Harry, bro.
Nobody's saying that.
You do that when you're next to the best power forward.
Chicky, can I ask you a question?
Well, he one of the greatest point guards ever play.
Yeah, one of the greatest because he was great for so long. But if you just look at his prime,
yeah, that's why.
When you look at it, he did a lot of the setting up because Karl Malone didn't have an array of post moves. It was simple basketball. I set you up, you finish the same way.
I can agree with that. I think they both thrived off of each other. But if you ask me, who thrived off each other more?
No, but hey, Mars, I want him to answer that question. What else outside of scoring the ball do Dame Dollar do better than John Stockton?
Finish, shoot the ball.
No, what you mean? No, I'm asking. No, I'm saying I want you to go because you struggling right now. I want you to go across it. I mean, tell me, is he a better defender? Can he run a team better?
What did running the team get John Stockton
to the NBA Finals a couple times? Somewhere Dame ain't never been.
But
it has
John
Stockton
always has somebody better than him when Damian Lillard didn't.
Yeah, like John Stockton was never.
Dame never had a Karl Malone.
Hold on, say that again.
I said you can't just lean on the finals appearance when John Stockton wasn't the best player on his team and Damian Lillard never had a better player on his team.
Yeah, John Stockton was never the best.
That's not true. When Dame came in the league, Aldridge was better.
Oh yeah. Aldridge was better, but that was in the beginning of his career though.
He had Aldridge for like what 2-3 seasons.
Yeah. I'm saying no. He said he never had a better player. No, I was answering because he said he never had a better player. So I had to remind him. You're right. My whole point is this, bro. When you break down the game, bro, we can't just look at just scoring. You know what I'm saying? That was what I was saying to Lowe about the whole AI James Harden debate. He just looking at scoring with James Harden. Now you may think James Harden's a good playmaker, stuff like that.
I don't think that's what he was looking
at. Yes, that's it, dog. Because
James Harden's a better scorer and a better passer than AI. We don't even have to bring up defense.
Let me ask you a question. Why do they average almost near the same assists for their career?
Oh my Jesus Christ!
Do you think assists matter in terms of who's a
yes, it has to. Passing has to assist
in terms of numbers. Like
no, I'm saying no. I'm saying if you're saying
more assists per game, that means
no. I'm saying if you're saying somebody's a better passer than somebody, bro, shouldn't they be averaging way more assists? If I'm a better passer than you, shouldn't my assists reflect that?
No.
So my assists. So if I can be a better passer than you, but my assists ain't gonna reflect that.
Okay. I'm gonna answer the question. Can I answer the question with one
even though LeBron James assists reflect that he's a better passer than James Harden.
Yeah, he's a better passer than James Harden. Can I ask you one simple question? Can I ask you one simple question, please?
What?
How good of a passer is Draymond Green?
How good of a passer? You don't have to be such a great. Hold on, he's a solid passer. You're not a great bro. You pass to Steph Curry and Klay Thompson coming off screens, bro. It ain't rocket science. You pass two of the greatest shooters that ever played the game of basketball.
Okay.
Then
when you're passing to Karl Malone in a pick and roll to take mid-range jump shots and get an assist, what does that mean?
Well, you just wasn't passing it to Karl Malone.
And Draymond Green isn't just passing it to Stephen Clay, but you want to say that?
No. He's just passing it to Stephen Clay. If you look at his assists, look at the percentage. Hold on. I dare Mars to look this up. Go look up how many percentage of his assists come from Stephen Clay in his career. 75% of his assists come from Stephen Clay.
That's a large number. That's a large number to get.
All I'm gonna
but what
say,
about Stockton to Malone?
All I'm gonna say to disagree with that statement is the highest assist numbers Draymond Green's ever put up was the year Klay Thompson didn't play a minute. So I highly doubt most of his assists go to Stephen Clay, unless you're saying most of his assists that season went to Steph Curry, which is also objectively not true.
Yeah, didn't Steph Curry lead the league in scoring? Didn't Steph lead the league in scoring?
I'm not finished because that was the year where Steph Curry was creating most of his offense without assists. If you actually go look,
no, but I'm saying to you, isn't it the year he led the league in scoring?
Yeah, he also led the league.
So you can go pull that year up, go to StatMuse, and type in what percentage of Draymond's assists were to Steph Curry that season. I guarantee you it was easily over 50-something%.
And unfortunately, those numbers don't exist for John Stockton before 1998, which is unfortunate because they didn't have play-by-play tracking at that time.
Yeah, well, if you watch the game,
a lot of those assists were going to Karl Malone and Jeff Hornacek.
If you know basketball, Mars, you know they were setting the point guard was setting everybody up. So basically, it wasn't just Karl Malone scoring.
27.3% is what I'm saying.
The Utah Jazz had multiple options. They had Jeff Hornacek giving you around 13, 14 points, him hitting threes. He was an all-star. He made an all-star team. Then you had Byron Russell hitting shots. Then he was also setting up the other guys on the team too. And Big Dog coming off the bench. He also was setting up Ostertag, getting a little 8, 9, 10 points he was getting. So all those assists he was getting, he was setting those guys up, bro. It wasn't just him setting up Malone. No, he was setting up the whole team. Point guards back then.
So it was Draymond Green, but whatever. And 27.3% is the number I'm being shown here, but I don't know how true that is because I've never looked up these stats in my life. But Draymond Green assist numbers don't determine how good of a passer he is, the same way it doesn't for John Stockton, same way it doesn't for Jokic, same way it doesn't for Steve Nash, same way it doesn't for Magic Johnson. Passing is more than just giving the ball to someone who takes a shot and scores. The quality of pass is not included in that stat. If I pass the ball to someone from half court and they take a heave and they make the basket, I get an assist for that. Doesn't mean I made a good pass. That's why the assist stat in correlation to how good someone is at passing doesn't really correlate in that situation.
You can get a ball to Stephen Clay anywhere they hitting that shit in their prime, bro. Cut it off.
Has nothing to do with what I said.
Yes, it does. Come on. Duh.
Absolutely.
The only time you see Steph catch it anywhere in his prime, throwing it up and that shit going in, and him looking at the crowd running down, laughing and sticking out his tongue.
No, Steph's a killer for sure, but Draymond Green, you can't ignore the fact that Draymond Green doesn't just set up for Stephen Curry. They run a motion offense. It means everybody's eating, and that means
you can't just replace anybody.
No, even if that was true, even if that is true, you're helping my point by saying Draymond Green assist numbers don't reflect how good of a passer he is by saying this. So you'd have to apply that logic to everyone by saying assist numbers don't equal how good of a passer you are. So if what you're saying is true, which I disagree, but by your own admission, you would have to say assist numbers don't equal passing ability. By your own admission, by saying this. Because you're saying Draymond Green is just passing the ball to Steph. It doesn't make him a better passer, even though he's getting more assists. So one of the two things you're saying is true. Either assists equal how good you are of a passer, or
he never averaged
passing
double assists.
Now the cutoff is double-digit assists.
Y'all making
now the cutoff is 10 assists. Okay.
Hey, you part of the problem too with that tape, Doug. Y'all making Draymond seem like he's some type of goddamn.
No. I don't think Draymond is this godly passer.
Yeah.
I can't just sit here and say that it was just his Steph and Clay because it was more than just that.
No, I'm saying I said the majority of it was Steph and Clay.
I mean, the stats said 27.3%.
Even that is
so let me ask you a question, Doug. Let me ask you a question. How many assists does Draymond Green? How many assists does Draymond Green average per game on the Orlando Magic right now?
He would be trash.
Oh, so then there you go right there.
I can't even imagine Draymond Green's role in the Orlando Magic. Like, where
Draymond's a role player.
Hey, hold on. What's my brother name? Hey, Doug.
He's a role player.
Hey, my man. I'm glad you said that. What you just said right there lets you know he ain't no Hall of Famer, bro. It lets you know he ain't like the Mars is saying he is. If you have to think about what a player would do in another situation, bro, they're not a Hall of Famer. For example, you can look at Big Ben. He went to Chicago. They instantly became the number one defense in the NBA. They became the number one rated defense in the league the year he went to Chicago. Nobody talks about that, right? Can Draymond Green? Hold on. Can Draymond Green go to the Detroit Pistons right now and make them number one rated defense in the NBA? The year after Ben left Detroit, and first year he went to Chicago, he made the number one rated defense in the league.
It was all Ben Wallace.
He made a top 10 defense, the number one.
No. Right, talking about Mars. They went from being 7th or 8th to number 1.
But they were already top 10, though.
They were still a top 10 defense.
You're not hearing me, my man. Hold on, let me get this straight to you. At a few points in time, the Lakers were top 10 this year, bro, in defense.
Yeah.
Right.
That's when Anthony Davis.
Right. Hold on. Listen. When AD got hurt, what happened?
They're shitty. They're shitty without Anthony Davis.
Okay, talk about where are the Lakers ranked defensively right now?
I don't know, but they're bad.
I will.
Where the Lakers ranked defensively right now?
The Lakers right now.
It says 26.
They're 23rd. They're 23rd.
Okay, so AD left the team. AD left the team, and they fell off a map. So this is my whole point to you, dog. My whole point to you is that your effect when you go somewhere and you can affect the side of a ball to go up slots. It's harder to go up than it is to go down. So to be able to go from 7th or 8th in the league to number 1, that's not easy, bro. That's not easy. And
I think I'm not gonna lie. I think if you're a top 10 defense and then you have one of the best defenders in the game come to your team, that makes your team have the ability to jump up that higher. My question to you though, how do you feel about Dennis Rodman?
I mean, Dennis Rodman was a great agitator and rebounder. He wasn't a great. He was a good defender. But if you look at Dennis Rodman, he was more antics than defense. He was more so of a great rebounder and a great agitator. Dennis Rodman was one of the greatest rebounders in the history of that game has ever seen. Defensively, he was okay, but he was more of an agitator. Like if you watch him, he was getting baked in them series. Like when he played against Sean Kemp murdered him that series. When he played against Karl Malone murdered this dude. When he played against Charles Barkley, but Chuck murdered this dude. But what happened was his antics would get guys out the game, holding dudes' balls, stuff like that, like grabbing dudes' nutsack, stuff like that. That's the type of stuff he was doing because he couldn't stop those guys. These are facts. Go look at the NBA finals.
Yeah, I know.
Go look at the finals when he played against Sean Kemp. Sean Kemp destroyed that dude. Sean Kemp went over his average. He killed.
So who's a better defender, Ben Wallace or Dennis Rodman?
Dennis Rodman. Ben Wallace. Dennis Rodman is a better rebounder than Ben, even though Ben Wallace is a great rebounder. But Ben Wallace is a better defensive player. If you go watch just period defensive, and you go pull up that defensive rating, bro, the only player that has a better defensive rating that came from that was Tim Duncan, bro, and that's about 0.2 points. Ben Wallace had a better defensive rating. Ben Wallace's defensive rating shits on all them dudes. Draymond's, all of them. Ben Wallace was like a 94 or something. Tim Duncan was 0.2. Tim Duncan was 0.2 points.
So my question to you is: any player that's just mainly is the majority of players that are mainly defensive oriented, are they capable of being a Hall of Famer?
No, because it depends. Are you dominant? For example, here's the thing: Draymond Green is a good defensive player. He ain't dominant. But one player he locked up. You ain't seen him lock up nobody. You've seen him have a good few possessions on dudes, but you haven't seen Draymond lock a dude up a whole series or lock a dude up a whole game. He'll take possessions on a dude. Like for example, they'll say, "Oh man, he locked up Jokic." He didn't play Jokic the whole game. Looney was playing most of the minutes at the center. Draymond's playing most of his minutes at the power forward. So, and he's not guarding those guys. When you looked at Ben was guarding all those great big men in his era, one-on-one. KG, Tim Duncan, all them dudes, Chris Webber, all those guys he was guarding one-on-one. Jermaine O'Neal in his prime. All those dudes one-on-one. Draymond's not guarding dudes like that. Draymond, listen, why you think Iggy won Finals MVP and not Draymond? He was the one guarding LeBron James. When Iggy got on LeBron James shooting 30% from the field, 30-something% from the field in that series. They don't tell you.
Do you have anything to say?
What about Wiggins? Wiggins is the one
I
who
don't
was
even know what to say to this.
He can't say. Oh no, he can't. Because if you go look up the numbers of possessions that Draymond Green was guarding those dudes, he did a good job in spurts. He did a good job with the Celtics.
Thing that's valuable to you is on-ball defense. Is what I'm.
No, I ain't saying that. No, you're not hearing me.
He's saying lock it up.
Let me ask you a question. What did Draymond Green dominate in defense? What did he dominate?
Help.
No, I ain't talking. No. I'll ask you. What? No. Okay, for example,
that's what he's dominating.
Hold on. The Dikembe Mutombo was a dominant shot blocker, right? Okay, watch this. Ben Wallace was a dominant rebounder and shot blocker, right? Okay, watch this. Hakeem Olajuwon was a dominant rebounder and shot blocker. So those guys dominated in certain categories defensively. What has Draymond Green dominated? He's never averaged double figures in rebounds. He's never been at the top of the league in blocks.
He's a dominant help side defender.
That don't make you a Hall of Famer.
He's one of the greatest help side defenders of all time.
Bro, that's not question.
Your question was, what was he dominant in? Well, his ability to rotate, his ability to be on the help side, his ability to recognize the offense, what they're about to do. That's dominant, right?
This man grasping for straws, man.
It's not grasping for straws. It's just a fact.
You said dominant help side defender. Man,
I agree with you. Where I don't see Draymond Green just over here locking people up.
Yeah, but he's not that type of defender though. Like he's never.
Draymond one of the most versatile defenders in NBA.
What my issue is, I don't understand how you can play basketball and obviously get coached and then dismiss team defense. That's what makes no sense.
No,
that's what's blowing my mind right now. You play basketball at a high level.
If that's the case, Robert Ory should be a Hall of Famer because he has a better defensive rating all the time than Draymond Green.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ.
He was Robert Ory was a great team defender. And guess what? Robert Horry was guarding all the tough matchups. Robert Horry was guarding Tim Duncan. Robert Horry was guarding Chris Webber. Robert Horry was guarding all those power forwards in the West. He was the 4-man. That's fact.
On a continued basis, we'll be doing it on a consistent basis.
There's actually nothing you can say to that. I'm not gonna lie. There's actually nothing you can say to that.
Am I lying, Doug? What is Robert Horry's defensive rating for his career? Is it better than Draymond Green's or not?
I don't know his defense.
Okay, pull it up right now, Mars. Hold on. Doug. I'm gonna ask you 2 questions. What was Robert Horry's defensive rating? And I'm gonna ask you this question: in the West, was not Robert Horry guarding all the dominant power forwards they were playing for the Lakers? Every time they played the Lakers, was he not guarding the power forwards? Was he not starting at the power forward, guarding those power forwards?
He was guarding them like
1.1 is Robert Horry's defensive rating.
Right. Okay, so hold on. And he was guarding way better competition because in that era, the power forwards were way better.
Mm-hmm.
But was he doing all on a consistent basis?
Yeah, come on. Hold on. Yeah, Robert Horry got 7 world championships. What the hell are you talking about? Was he doing on a regular basis?
Wait, what? They were winning off of his back.
Come on. He played a big role in every single championship.
He played a great role.
Right, so it wasn't just his big. Hold on. It wasn't just his big shots. Hold on. It wasn't just his big shots. It was his post defense. You have to go look this stuff up. Robert Horry took all the tough.
And I'm not gonna take that away from Robert Horry. He was good. He played great. He was on great teams. But we can't just sit here and go with the argument. He won 7 world titles, so he's on this different caliber.
No, I'm saying it's a reason why he was starting on all those teams from the Spurs and the Lakers, bro. It's a reason. And listen, he was guarding all of the top big men in the world. He was guarding Chris Webber. He was guarding Tim Duncan. He was guarding Kevin Garnett when he was with the Minnesota T-Wolves. Robert Horry was guarding all those big power forwards that were great. It was not Shaq. Shaq was playing the centers. Shaq was going up against Vlade Divac. Shaq was going against Greg Ostertag and them dudes. Shaq was going against all those other Lawrence Funderburk and from the Sacramento Kings. The other dude that came up, Scott Pollard and them. That's who Shaq was going up against. So let's keep it 100. Robert Horry was guarding all the tough matchups. Keep it real, because it was the power forwards that was the killers. So when Shaq was playing against Eric Dampier and them. He was getting all the weak big men. Robert Horry was taking all of the power forwards, Dirk Nowitzki and all them dudes. Keep it 100. Now you tell them I said put that in a pipe and smoke it.
Does anybody has anything to say? I love.
I mean, I don't got nothing to say to that.
There's no.
You can't say nothing because he got 7 world championships. He played. Hold on. Not only did he start. Not only did he play. Hold on. Not only did he start, he guarded those guys, played a big role, and his defensive rating reflected that. You can't argue that.
So defensive rating just clarifies who's a better defender.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna say it to you once again, dog.
Yes or no? Yes or no?
Hold on. Who guarded the better competition? Draymond Green or Robert Horry?
Dude, this yes or no?
No, I'm asking you a question. No, I'm asking you a question. Who guarded the better competition? Draymond Green or Robert Horry?
Yeah, it was Robert Horry.
I guess if you want to say all time, then Robert Horry.
Come on. So it was Robert Horry. You know why? Yeah. Because all of the tough power forwards were in his era.
Fact.
All right, take it. I got a question.
KG was in his era. Dirk Nowitzki was in his era.
Did Robert Horry anchor the defense?
Was in that era, bro.
Draymond anchor the defense.
What?
Yeah, that was gonna be my question.
Was Robert Horry?
Hold on, my man. Hold on. You said Draymond anchored the defense. So why Iggy win the Finals MVP that first year and not Draymond?
Oh my God, bro!
You talking about Finals MVP? That is a narrative-based award.
Wait. I'm about to destroy this dude because you know why? You know why Iggy won the Finals MVP? You know why Iggy won the Finals MVP? Do you know why Iggy won the Finals MVP?
Stephen Curry should have been the Finals MVP.
No, time out. I'm gonna tell you why Steph Curry didn't win the Finals MVP, and you need to go back and look at the series closer. The series did not change. Once again, Steph Curry did his thing. The series did not change. They were going to lose that series until Steve Kerr made the move to put Iggy in the starting lineup and exclusively on LeBron James. And I want you to go look at this. Go look at what LeBron James shot for the rest of that series. Pull up his numbers. LeBron James shooting 30%. Hold on. LeBron James was averaging 30 plus, but against Iggy, he was shooting 30-something% for all the rest of those games.
What did he shoot against Draymond?
He shot lower against Draymond.
That's not true.
I've watched.
Well, you didn't watch the series. Maybe you should go back and watch the series.
That's factually. Hold on, Mars. That's factually not true. LeBron James shot his worst. Hold on, LeBron James shot his worst percentage playing against Iggy. That's why Steve Kerr put Iggy on him full time that series.
That's incorrect.
Come on, that's not incorrect.
It is.
That's not incorrect.
Just watch every.
Steve Kerr moved Iggy to the starting lineup and put him exclusive.
He lagging.
That's fine. I know what he was saying, but that's fine. But anyone, I advise you, the NBA app is there. It's available. You can watch every shot LeBron took in the 2015 finals and count LeBron's made and missed shots against Iguodala. I promise you, you will see he shot about 45% on Iguodala.
I watched that final several times. Look, I got my shout out to LeBron's 30th birthday. I got 38th birthday. I got his jersey on. I watched the finals. Tiggy just talking nonsense, man.
LeBron, I believe, if I remember correctly, hold
on, my man. I'm talking. Okay, so hold on 1 second, Mars. Hold on 1 second. I'm talking nonsense. So why did Iggy win the Finals MVP that series? It couldn't have been because it's 16 points per game.
It was narrative based.
It was because
no. I'm asking you a question. It couldn't have been because of his 16 points per game.
So let me answer the question.
No, I know. I asked my man right here with the LeBron jersey on.
You said Mars, but whatever. Okay.
No. I told you to sit down. I asked him.
He played a pivotal role in that series, and people voted for him, which they made a mistake doing.
So, okay, so watch this. Now, Mars, you and Dub, I need y'all to do one thing for me. Pull up this LeBron's percentage when for each one of those games when Iggy got on in that series. Tell me he didn't shoot 30% every freaking game, and then 20 from the three.
Who was the better player of that series?
You're not hearing me. Listen, you're not. Hold on. You're not.
I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a question. Who's the better player of that series?
Hearing. Okay. So look, since you want to do that, who was a better defensive player in this last championship they won? Draymond Green or Andrew Wiggins?
I would argue Wiggins.
I actually say
I would argue Wiggins.
Yeah. Okay. Now we clearly have two NBA Finals. Where Draymond, we definitely know he wasn't the best player on the court. Then we can go to the year they played Toronto when he said that he was the greatest defensive player ever, and Pascal Siakam averaged a career high on that dude and torched his ass that series. Gave him 32 to game off the rip. Soon as Draymond said it, 1-on-1, barbecue chicken his ass, 1-on-1 in the finals, and then went on to cook his ass throughout that entire NBA Finals. That's facts. That's what Draymond. And then let's look at this. Why hasn't Draymond Green, since he's been so great, why hasn't he won any more Defensive Player of the Year awards his whole entire career? Why does he have any? Why does he have any?
In the finals?
Forget rebounding. Hold on. Forget rebounding titles. Why doesn't Draymond Green? Why hasn't he ever averaged double-figure rebounds in his entire career?
Why do stats matter to you?
No. Stats don't matter to me. Hold on. Stats matter. Hold on, my man. Stats matter. Hold on. Stats matter to them. Hold on. Stats matter to them. They want to eliminate the eye test. So what I do to cook them is I bring their own stats up and shove it down their throat.
No one said stats here. No one said stats here besides you. No one has said it.
No. No one has said a stat besides you. You and your daddy Low always push a stat narrative. So I'm gonna take them stats. Stick them up your candy ass.
What stats?
Bro, for all your arguments.
Name the stats.
Look on all of your debates.
Name the stats.
Whatever you're talking about.
Name the stats.
Whatever you're talking about.
Name the stats. Just give an example.
Okay, so hold on. So you're going off the eye test. When you say that Draymond Green, and you set up here and said this too. You said Draymond Green was. You said you and Chilltown said y'all would rather take him right now over Jordan Poole. Didn't you say that?
Yep.
Okay, so now, who has been anchoring this team since Steph Curry's been gone? They've been winning.
What do you mean anchoring? Do you know what anchoring means?
No.
Bro, who has been leading this team to the wins they got since Steph Curry's been gone?
All of them. Poole, Draymond.
No, I ain't asked you. No, I asked Mars. Who has been leading the team?
Am I in the locker room to know who the leader is?
No. See, this type of shit I'm talking about. Because when you know you getting cooked, now you want to do that dumb shit. I asked you a question.
I think he's talking about points per game, Mars.
This is why Mars is nasty. Dub. This is why Mars is nasty. Mars knows that this season, without Steph Curry, old boy averaged 30. He know that. But Mars don't want to bring no stats up.
Who's ever said Draymond Green is a better offensive player than Jordan Poole?
You mad? Hold on. You mad?
Who's ever said that?
You set up here with Chilltown and ran that lie. You had your nose stuck up the crack of his ass. Then you ran that lie sitting up here talking about, yeah, man, I'd rather have Draymond, man. He's more valuable to the team. You said it in your little accent, and I told y'all ass. And now, since Jordan Poole is out here cooking and leading them to these wins, you don't want to give him that same credit that you was trying to hand to Draymond Green for doing nothing, sucker.
Okay, so first of all, no one has argued ever in existence of this planet that Draymond Green is a better offensive player than Jordan Poole.
Nobody said that. I asked you who's leading the team.
I'm not finished. So you bringing up Jordan Poole averaging these points without Steph Curry doesn't change the fact of the matter that I believe Draymond Green is more valuable because of his defensive impact. Jordan Poole without Steph Curry has been great offensively. He's been scoring the ball fantastically well, and he's been our best offensive player. Draymond Green, all you have to do, just watch the last game Golden State played. Draymond Green was easily the best player on the floor if you watch that Utah Jazz game. If you want to watch the game against Charlotte, Draymond Green was once again, in my opinion, the best player on the floor because of what he brings defensively. That hasn't changed. That was never the argument was never who's more impactful offensively, Jordan Poole or Draymond Green. Who am I going to keep? Because I think they're more. I didn't say that.
I said who's leading that team.
What does leading that team mean? What does leading that team
mean?
What does leading that team mean?
I'm telling you,
it means points per game, Mars.
I'm trying to understand. What does it mean to lead the team?
I'm saying not only with his scoring, but I'm saying with his mentality and his approach. He is leading that team to those wins they have.
How can I know Jordan Poole's mentality and approach?
You watching the game, right?
Yep.
So do you see it when he played?
No. What mentality am I seeing? What mentality am I seeing?
Yeah, like you can't.
No, you tell me the mentality.
Hold on. You're seeing a killer mentality. The man had 32 against the Memphis Grizzlies in 3 quarters and got ejected. He was getting ready to hit them with a 40 spot and basically blew them off the court. We saw this.
So the mentality and approach is just your long way of saying he's scoring more. Great.
No,
so the whole point was points per game anyway. But you just said mentality and approach for basket.
I'm saying it's having an effect on how everybody else is playing. That's what I'm saying.
How?
What about Draymond's defense and rebounding and playmaking against Memphis?
I mean, I know Ty Jerome. I know Ty Jerome has explicitly said.
So since you want to do that,
he said that.
Hey, my man down here in the corner. Since you want to do that, since you want to talk about what about Draymond's defense?
I said against Memphis. You brought up Jordan Poole against Memphis.
Why the hell all season that defense ain't matter?
When he's been on the court, it mattered. When he's
been on the court, he's been great. When he's been on the court, they still was the last play-in team when he was on the court.
Yeah, because of because of Jordan Poole, man, you love so much is coming off the bench playing.
Right, he's saying the words. They were last in the play this year. That's what we talking about.
Okay. And same like the guy you love, Jordan Poole, when he was coming up the bench.
No, I'm saying no, right. Hold on. Now, do that. Say that again. Because that's what my change came when I said to Mars. I'm saying to Mars is that now he's in the prominent spot where Jordan Poole is that dude. And now that he's that dude, I'm telling you, he is anchoring the team to the wins that they got without Steph Curry. These are facts. But see, I'm gonna tell y'all what y'all would say. Y'all would say it was Steph Curry.
Y'all talking about Draymond or Jordan Poole. Which one would you get rid of? Assuming you're gonna
which one would you keep right now if you had a choice?
Draymond or Jordan Poole? So that doesn't matter.
Who would you take right now, Draymond or Jordan Poole?
Is Steph Curry playing?
Right now, no, I ain't talking about Steph Curry playing. I'm saying right now, player for player, who would you take?
I would take Jordan Poole, but
that's what I thought.
But on the Warriors, is Steph Curry playing?
Man, said all this just to agree with me, man. Shut up, man. Hey, Doug, these dudes come on here doing all this capping just to agree with me, man. They come on here doing all that capping just to agree with me. See, he said the same thing I said. You'll take Jordan Poole.
I did not say the same thing.
The only dude, time out, my man. You agree with what I said.
I asked you, is Steph Curry playing? All right, Ticket. Is Steph Curry playing? Yes or no? I'm asking you though, because before the season started, y'all saying who would you keep on the Warriors when you have Steph Curry, Draymond, or Jordan Poole? I would choose Draymond.
Hold on. In any situation, I'd take Jordan Poole.
No, I disagree.
Even with Steph there,
without Steph Curry, Steph Curry, then that point doesn't even make sense.
Hold on. With Draymond Green in a prominent role the year before last, what happened? They missed the playoffs.
And what was? Man, stop talking to me, bro.
What are you talking? Hold on. What are you talking about? With Draymond Green in a prominent role the year before last, they got smoked. They missed the playoffs. with Jordan Poole in a prominent role right now.
What did Jordan Poole do?
Hold on, with Jordan Poole in a prominent. Hold on, with Jordan Poole in a prominent role. Hold on, this is first time.
You got it. You got it. Because I gotta get some more guys up here. So Jay and Mod, Desto, I'm gonna keep you up here. But Jay and Mod, I gotta get some more guys up here. All right, fellas, y'all be easy, man.
All right, bro.
Hey, Doug, what's wrong with these people capping for Draymond Green, man?
They just don't agree
hate him,
with
man.
you,
You
man.
hating.
They just don't
Dry.
agree with you.
Hey, bro. Hey, you can call it hate. Like I asked you. I asked you again. What did he dominate in? All y'all did was say help side defense.
I said he's one of the most versatile defenders in NBA history.
I want to hear y'all opinion on this, bro. Can the Nuggets make it with a terrible defense? I'm assuming make it to the finals.
Their defense has stepped up recently, and I've always said if they can avoid Golden State, I see them beating anyone in the West. But other than Golden State is the team I think they'd have the most problems with.
I think they have trouble with Phoenix. They could maybe beat them still, but I think with Phoenix, I think with Chris Paul and Devin Booker, I think that's a bad matchup possibly. But the series could go either way. But that's about it.
I'm not a believer in the Nuggets. Their defense is bad. Jokic is great, but he's not a great anchor on defense. They need more defensive players, definitely. I see Memphis beating them. I see the Pelicans beating them. I don't think they're coming out of the West for sure.
I mean, I think it's possible, but like my man said right there, that Jokic, that's the only thing that makes me like give cause to pause when talking about him being the best player in the world, because when he plays the most important position defensively and he's just like kind of fooled on that end, it kind of makes me pause when I mean his offensive game is just unmatched, but the fact that he's just he's fooled as far as anchoring the defense.
Hey, yo, dog, get this troll out of here with my picture, man.
Wait, that's you? I thought that's you.
Yeah, that's him.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, no.
Yeah, get that clown out of here with my picture up, man. That's clown shit right there.
Yo.
Nah, that's
yo.
Next thing you know, he'll turn. Next thing you know, he'll be turned on the screen showing his beefcake. Man, these cats are sad, bro.
Hey, bro. If you got a camera, put your camera in, bro. That way, you feel me? We can get this debate going. I didn't know that was you. I thought that was some random dude, but
I just wanted to say the ticket. I think Jordan Poole is definitely a better player in any other system than Golden State. But what Draymond Green brings to that team is needed. He brings toughness. He's not a great defensive player, but what he does is he quarterbacks the defense. He brings toughness to the defense. That's what's valuable. He's not a great in any other system. He's not that guy. But in that system, he's that guy.
I feel what that brother's saying. I just disagree that they need him like that. I feel like I said, man, I think he got way too much credit for what he really is, bro. Like, for example, we've seen Robert Horry go into different situations and come up with the same result, win championship. Can Draymond Green do that? No. So I think that we overvalue even for them.
I think the difference is, though, can you coach Robert Horry? Robert Horry is a great player, a great role player, I should say. But can you coach Robert Horry to do what Draymond does? Yeah, he's a better player.
He has.
Absolutely not.
No, I'm saying from a point forward position, handling the ball. Robert Horry was a shot maker. Huh? Go ahead.
Robert Horry did used to bring the ball up some for the Lakers in their transition.
That's fine bringing it up, but I'm saying in the half court, Draymond has the ball in his hands. He's got people running off picks, and he finds the open player. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Robert Horry could do that. That's all I'm saying.
Hold on, time out, my man. That's all he do, bro. They're acting like Draymond coming out, blending dudes up, crossing dudes over.
Not at all.
All he's doing is a basic getting off the rim, pushing it up, and just kicking the ball. Pass.
No. In the half court, though. What about in the half court? He plays a part of the offense in the half court as well.
Half court, all he's doing is popping to the top, receiving it, and just passing the dudes coming off screens. Listen, bro, you can get other dudes in NBA history. I think he's one of the most overrated cats in the history of the game of basketball, bro.
I don't disagree. I think it's
that way because this era is so weak. That's why I think it's that way. Because listen, if you had the same team, but you made Draymond Green play against real killers, put him up against Barkley, put him up against Oakley, put him up against Mahorn, put him up against Anthony Mason, put him up against all those other real killers, he wouldn't even, bro, the dude wouldn't even exist.
I hate these arguments. I hate those arguments because you don't know. That's all hypothetical.
No, my man. Hold on. This is what I'm saying to you. Hold on. You have to take that into context because watch this. look at all the big numbers that the centers are putting up in the NBA. You know why they're putting up these major numbers? They don't really have no competition at the center position.
Wait, what are the big centers to you though? Because I only know 2 of them.
Hold on, right. That's what my man. That's what I just said. I said the big centers are Embiid and Jokic.
Right.
The reason why
there was a lot
more.
Well, the reason I'm saying that is because there was a lot more back then compared to what there is.
That's what I'm saying. Time out. You making my point for me. That's what I'm saying.
I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand. What
okay, so this is what I'm saying.
Embiid would dominate in any era.
Right. I'm not saying he won't, but I'm trying to understand.
It's easier for them to get off on a nightly basis because they don't have those matchups. If they're not playing each other, who else are they really playing in the league? What other big men are they really playing?
I understand what you're saying, but nobody's guarding Embiid one-on-one, period.
No, you're not hearing me. Hold on. You said, time out. You're saying that because you're watching him against.
No, I'm saying that because of his skill set.
No, you're not. Hold on. No, listen. People, I'm saying. We're saying that now, right? Because
I understand what you're
play
saying.
against. Hold on. Let me finish. Watch him play against dudes. Hold on. Watch him play against dudes in this era. But one thing we do know, Joel Embiid is not like physicality. So if you put him up against those real defensive demons, those dudes that was gonna beat him up, Dale Ellis, the Davis boys. You don't think
he would dominate against
No, you're not hearing me. Listen, bro.
Weak
It's a different type. Hold on. I'm saying to you this. It's a different type of game. Embiid, all that 3-point shooting will be eliminated because they'll be able to press up on him and hand check him out on the 3-point line. He won't be able to.
There was no hand checking at him though.
Hold on, bro. You're not listening. It was hand checking.
Well,
you would not be able to go face dudes up. That's why you saw.
Here's my thing though, Ticket.
Hold on, let me finish. That's why you saw point guards in that era backing dudes down the court because they couldn't just dribble you in the front because of how dudes could defend you. Even Gary Payton, all them dudes. Watch how they was bringing the ball to the court. Once the defense started to press them, they had to back you down like they're posting you up.
Gary Payton's not a great ball handler.
No, you're not. I'm not talking about just. Hold on. I'm saying him as a defender. Listen, I'm saying him as a defender. Them dudes would get up in you. So the really good ball handlers would still have to turn their back on you and kind of back you down from half court to run the offense. Magic did it. All these dudes can handle the rock, but those dudes had to do it because of the fact the pressure defense and the way they could play you, it was impossible. Hence this. When AI came in the league, this is why they barred the crossover because AI was so quick and so lethal with the crossover. Once he pulled it out on Jordan, them dudes, they said, nah, we got to take this out the game because that eliminated part of the competition from what the league had it before. So we got to remember, you could not play the same way. So Embiid catching the ball on the 3-point line, facing dudes up, jab stepping, shooting fadeaway threes, all that wouldn't happen because them dudes are pressing you body to body. So now guess what? You have to play they're forcing you into playing a physical game. So now Joel Embiid,
can I rebuttal?
Go ahead.
All I'm gonna say is Joel Embiid group came up in an era where, you know what I'm saying, that's how the game was played.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
Hold on. Let me rebuttal.
No, I'm saying in this era, he came up in an era where, you know, he could shoot threes. It was less physical. I'm saying with his skill set, if he came up in those times and he was coaching that way, his skill set would still be supreme.
But no, we don't know that because it all.
Well, if we don't know, we can't use it. If we don't know, we can't use it.
Hold on, I'm gonna say this to you. It all depends because different players accept coaching different ways.
Okay, so why would you say? Hold on. Why would you say he wouldn't be successful in that era when he hasn't been coached that way?
Hold on, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Some dudes that was in that era could have probably averaged 20 and 10 in this era. Okay,
that's
for example, hold on.
I got you.
So right, but this is what I'm saying to you. But they didn't average that in that era because that era was way more physical and it was a different type of game. So this is all I'm saying to you, right? I'm not saying Joel Embiid wouldn't have skills. He wouldn't be able to get 20, whatever. I'm not saying that. Okay. I'm saying the way he played, he does not like physicality. If you ever watch him, he likes to bang you. But if you bang him, he does not like that.
Yo, Ticket, pause. God damn it.
You mean on the defense, right? He doesn't like
too much banging going on. Too much banging, man. Too much banging. Ticket, slow down.
So wait, let me understand this. So Embiid is physical on offense, but he's not physical on defense. Is that what you're trying to say?
No,
we're not saying that. We're saying he's not physical. We're saying he's physical. If he's posting you up, and if he's the one that's initiating the contact in the post, he likes to be physical. But if you're initiating the contact, that gets him out of his game. If you watch him, that's the reason. Hold on. If you watch him, that's the reason why he goes to those fadeaways and goes out the 3-point line. He doesn't really like dudes that get physical with.
But that's Olajuwon too. That's most skilled big men.
No, but no. Hold on. But Hakeem had that game, but Hakeem wasn't shooting threes. What Hakeem was doing was he was going to the post, shooting over top of the post.
I got you. But if he came up in this era, Olajuwon would be shooting threes. He has that skill set.
Threes, probably.
Well, yeah, we're not saying. Hold on, we're not saying he wouldn't. But what I'm saying is Olajuwon was the best of both worlds. Olajuwon could play you both ways. I'm saying to you, I've seen dudes be physical. No, he can't. Hold on. He can't.
Who's better in their era, Ewing or Embiid? Who's better in their era, Ewing or Embiid?
I've seen dudes be physical with Embiid and give him fits. We've seen these games in the playoffs where they throwing multiple dudes at him, hacking him, and this dude would just completely disappear.
When?
I don't know about disappear, but I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
He gets hurt.
He gets
in the series against Toronto, he was not good. Marcus Gasol had him in jail.
Last season against Miami, he was hurt. He was hurt the whole time.
Okay, so what about the year before that?
I think he played Atlanta, and he actually had a great series.
No, I ain't talking about Atlanta. I ain't talking about Atlanta. What about? No, I'm talking about the other series.
Well, he's talking
about Toronto. Toronto.
Yeah,
Marcus
2019.
Yeah, 2019 played bad. You can't
even.
He did.
I thought he was hurt that series too. I thought he had nagging injuries that series too.
Go to the year before that. What happened?
In 2018?
2018. Wow. Now we're just going back to before Embiid's prime.
Yeah, this isn't even like the Embiid that we know today. This is
right. Tell him. So, this is all I'm saying to my brother right here, right? Mm-hmm. I'm saying to him, I give him that Joel Embiid is skill. He got game. Right. Only thing I was saying was the reason why Jokic and all them dudes are scoring the numbers they score now is because they don't have the competition. Because here's the thing. It's one thing when you can score and you don't have to really guard nobody. Because now you putting all your energy into get buckets and you can just freely rebound everything. When you have to get 30 and guard another legit big man
on a
nightly basis, bro, you think about foul trouble, you think about getting tired, all that stuff. So what I'm saying is you're getting a break for most of the season because you guarding bums. You ain't really guard. You guard. And Joel Embiid, and most of the time, with these centers playing now, he guarding dudes he outweighed by 80 pounds.
But doesn't it take?
You're gonna hold that against him though?
Oh wait.
Hold on. It's not about holding that against him, dog. It's about telling the truth. The truth is, if Embiid was playing against the Hakeems, the Tim Duncans, the David Robinsons, the Shaquille O'Neals, and all of them on a nightly basis, his numbers wouldn't be nowhere near where they at. He'll be around.
Are they better than Ewing's?
Huh?
Are they better than Patrick Ewing's? I'm just curious.
Of course.
That's like where I'm thinking, like around that area. But
no, I don't do it like that.
No. Hey, hold on. Pat
Ewing was mad good. No, don't trip on Ewing. Hold on,
no, he's good, but he ain't skilled as Embiid. Come on, don't do that.
Pat Ewing, come on. Pat Ewing put up great numbers. Pat Ewing was putting up like 22, 23, and 20.
He's good.
25 and 10. I was gonna say.
Hold on.
But he's better than Embiid.
Joel Embiid ain't putting up no. He ain't putting up 30 and 35 against them dudes. Hell
well,
no.
you talk.
Okay, I can see. Yeah, I can agree with
that.
Well,
Olajuwon didn't average 35. I don't know.
No, you're not hearing what I'm saying to you. He's putting up them type numbers every night in this era.
Oh, got you.
He wouldn't be doing that. He wouldn't be doing that.
No. I'm saying he'll still be elite though. He might not be 35. He'll be elite.
I disagree with that, bro.
You don't think he'll be elite?
You're saying in the 90s, right?
I think he'll be right up there with the Olajuwon, the David Robinson. He'll be right there.
The 90s was a big era. Like there was a lot of big men in the league. So that's a different era.
It's a different era, but I'm saying Embiid will still get his money though.
I think Embiid will still get his money as well. But the thing about Embiid is, which is so annoying about his career, is that he's always hurt.
No,
so like how can we even like accurately rank this guy or like place this guy when the only postseason he really had where he was even hurt. And against the Atlanta Hawks, he played well, but then every other year he's either hurt or he was too young. So
right.
So it's kind of hard to see how successful he would be even in the playoffs. In regular season, though, I think he would be fine.
I don't think he was hurt in 2019. I think he was sick, but I still.
No, 2019 he played bad. The Raptors were amazing.
I don't think so. I don't think so. And the reason why I said that, Dub, is watch this. In those seasons, Shaq was putting up big numbers. When was Shaq ever averaging over 30?
In the 90s, I don't think he ever averaged.
Right, Shaq. Hold on. Shaq was put right. Hold on. Shaq at his best was putting up 27, 28.
Right. Nobody's disagreeing with you.
Right. No. You are. Hold on. You are because you're trying to find reason to. I'm saying that if Embiid played in that era, listen to what I said, he wouldn't be getting the 30 to 35 on a nightly basis.
Okay, that's fine.
No, you didn't agree.
Slower pace, all that. Yeah.
No, you didn't. No, he didn't agree. That's why we were
I don't think
arguing.
anybody's disagreeing.
No, that's not what I was disagreeing on, bro. You were saying that he wasn't physical enough, he wasn't skilled enough. That's what I was saying. That's what you were saying. I'm saying that's not the reason. The reason would be because the game was slower pace and Cass wasn't just throwing up 35. Nobody was averaging 35 and just putting up them type of crazy numbers. So to expect him to would be false. But I'm saying he would be among among the elite centers of that era.
I can't say he'll be. I don't even think he'd be top 5.
Okay, well, we disagree, but we'll never know.
So there was a lot of good centers. Hold on. Let me ask you a question. You think he'd be better than Shaq?
No.
Okay, you think hold on. Let's keep going.
He won't be better than Shaq and Hakeem. We'll give you.
Hold on. I'm just trying to keep going.
Right.
You think he'd have been better than a prime Hakeem?
No.
Okay. You think he'd have been better than a prime Tim Duncan?
Tim Duncan was a power forward.
Right.
Okay, time out. Tim Duncan played power forward and center. Hold on. Tim Duncan played power forward and center.
You talking about the 90s? You talking about the 90s? Tim Duncan came in 97, 98. So like,
time out. Tim Duncan. Okay, time out. Would he have been elite than the Admiral David Robinson?
Right up there, yes.
I think he'd be around the bottom.
Do you not know who the Admiral was in his prime?
Hey, I'm 40 years old, bro. I know who the Admiral is.
Don't do that. We ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, I'm 40 years old. The Admiral was a beast, but I'm saying there's no reason for me to believe that Embiid would not have with just as good a skill set as David Robinson.
Pat Ewing, bro. I'd have said Pat Ewing, bro.
Okay, well, I mean, we agree to disagree then, brother.
No, I'm saying I think they both got the same skill set.
Still top 5 though. Still top 5.
No, Pat Ewing wasn't top 5 center back then.
No, I said David Robinson was though.
Excuse me, he wasn't a top 5 big man.
David Robinson was.
Right, but I don't think that Joel Embiid would have been.
I say right in that.
I just disagree with you.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
We'll get into the next topic. Streets are saying Luka's game was more impressive than Kobe's 81. I disagree. I disagree because the spacing Kobe dealt with. Odom, Brown, Mahimi?
Mem.
Oh. What y'all think?
Nah, I disagree. 81 is definitely more impressive.
You come from down, and then Kobe could have probably went off and scored about 86, 87, 88 that game. Phil sat him down a little early. He didn't play. How many minutes he played that game? Like 43.
Luka or you talking about Luka or Kobe?
Nah, Kobe. Plus, we seen Kobe. We seen Kobe drop 60 in 3 quarters and go.
Yeah, I was gonna say that to me is more impressive than.
But you don't know something. You want to know what's something about Luka? Luka's thing is how he came up in the clutch as well.
Look,
those buckets he had in the clutch is something that
Kobe did his in the clutch too. Again, the 81. Hold on, the 81 was clutch too.
100%. But Luka had that that free throw tip.
Kobe in that game played 42 minutes.
Against man, that was tough.
That was wild. That was crazy.
You said what?
Luka also took 7 minutes for overtime score.
Kobe played 42 minutes that game.
Yeah, so he set out 6 minutes. Kobe could have went and scored 100 that game.
What?
In 6 minutes, Kobe Bryant could have put up 19 points.
Oh, that's okay. I don't know about that, but
you think he could have put up 9?
What do you mean? Hold on. What do you mean? We seen Klay Thompson put up 37 in the quarter.
Yes, right. But that's 19 points in 6 minutes.
Kobe Bryant, hold on. My man, Kobe didn't even start cooking in that game until the second quarter.
I understand that, but it's. I mean, I guess, but it's like realistically,
it's hard to believe anybody. No. So once again, Kobe did not start cooking, and I know you just like to go against me. I know you like to go against me for no reason.
I'm not doing that. I'm not trying to do that. I got respect for you, bro. I got respect for you.
Kobe Bryant did not start getting cooking in that game until the second quarter. So you got to think about this. So you saying that he couldn't get 19 in 6 minutes? That's bull. That would have been
but that's like hard to believe for anybody, bro. 19 points.
A lot. Kobe Bryant's had 60. Kobe Bryant's got 60 couple games where he sat down the whole fourth quarter, bro. What are you talking about?
I get that. I fully understand that, but like
that wasn't hard for Bean, bro.
Wait. You're saying 100? You saying 100 or 90?
He's saying 100 points. He could have scored that game if he played another.
He's saying in the 6 minutes that Kobe sat, he would have got to 19.
He would have scored 19 points.
I love Kobe. I love Kobe.
He
Ticket,
shot
and he was
60%
on.
that game.
He was
bro.
on that game. He was on
He
that
was
game. I
frying,
know he
bro.
was. But
He probably could.
I don't know. I mean, I
I can give you another. Maybe
I
I'll
can't.
give you another like 7 to 10 points.
What did you say before? What did you say before? We don't
He might
know.
have cracked 90. I don't know about
Yeah,
100.
he might have scored 90, but 100 is
Dub,
wild.
they were giving him the ball every time. They were giving him the ball every time, and he was cooking. Bro, one nothing stopping that man. If he would have played all 48, bro, he's getting to 100. That's Bean, bro. Bean,
So
if Bean put his ball in
I give
anything,
him 90, 95 points. Not
You don't
100.
think?
That's
You don't
wild.
think?
bro, my
You
man,
don't
how
think
can
that
you
is-
say, hold on, once again,
But you acting like 90 to 95 is bad, bro. That's still wild.
Let me fact check you real quick. What did Kobe have in the first quarter of that game?
Let me find out, because I'm not gonna tell you.
Yeah. Because see, watch this, Dub. Now I'm about to wipe this nigga off the fucking map. Off planet Earth. Watch this shit. Now, what did Kobe have in the first quarter? Now, I told this fool he didn't get to cook it to the second quarter, right, Dub?
He had 14.
In the first
Okay,
quarter?
yeah, 14. Now, what did he have in the second quarter?
12.
And so he only had what at the halftime?
26 at half.
26.
And so hold on, he had
Third quarter,
26
he had
at the half.
27.
And
Only
you gonna tell me,
26
hold
to
on,
have is actually
and you
wild.
gonna tell me,
that is
26
wild.
and a half is a lot of
Hold
money.
on, hold on. You gonna
Third
tell
and
me,
fourth
hold on,
quarter,
you
he
gonna
had
tell me,
27 and 28. That's what he had.
right? So you're gonna tell me the man scored, and what? How many minutes in that second half? And probably like that was probably like
He
let's
played
say
the whole.
12.
He played the whole second half except 4 seconds. He played the whole.
Okay, hold on.
There you
So
go. Okay,
hold
there
on.
you go.
No, right. Hold on. So let's say this. So in that little time right there, he scored in 24 minutes. He scored how many points?
He had 55 in the second half. He had 55 in the second
55 in the second half.
Right.
In 24 minutes. Bro,
Yeah,
that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
crazy.
disagreeing with you, bro.
Bro,
I'm
that's
not, like,
crazy.
I'm
This motherfucker
saying
had
that
55. Hell, talk about. Think about this shit.
I know,
This nigga had
it's
55.
ridiculous. That shit is crazy. Which is why, like, you think about that shit, and like the fact that people don't got him in your top 5 is ridiculous. But it's like 19 points in 6 minutes. I think that's a lot.
Bro, that's not a lot, bro. I'm gonna say this to you. Bro. We seen dudes score 9 points in 8 seconds.
I get that. No, I get that. But
Where did Clay
realistically,
go for that one game? Clay went crazy and
you
like.
gotta think about it though, bro.
Yeah.
He started cooking in the
Bro,
second
Clay
half.
had 37 in one. Clay had 37 in
He
one
didn't start
quarter.
cooking in the second
Right.
half. He was cooking the whole fucking
No,
game.
I know. But he
26 in
turned
the
it.
first half
He
is
turned
wild.
it up like to a different notch. You feel
Nah,
what I'm
but that
saying?
was nothing.
So it's
Hey, Dub.
compared to
That was
compared
nothing
the
to Kobe
first half.
because we seen Kobe again. We seen Kobe when he played Mike. Kobe had 40 something and a half.
Put some respect on Kobe name.
When Kobe
man.
played Mike, he had 40 and a
He
half.
scored 81. How much more respect you want?
Like,
It's like,
put respect
I
on
say,
Kobe
Ticket,
name,
I'll
bro.
give you an
People don't love
honest
him
90.
enough.
I'll give you, if he played the other 6 minutes, I'll give you an honest 90 to 95 points.
Nah, he gets to 100, bro. It's Bean, man. You ain't gonna hold Bean
That's
back
fine.
from
Nah,
nothing.
Ticket, we
That's
don't
fine,
know.
but
Ticket, we don't
hey,
know
Yeah,
that.
we don't know.
Dub,
Yeah,
Dub,
I hate
Dub,
you.
you're
Why are we
assuming
debating?
We don't know. We don't know. Nah, Ticket,
Why is
we
this a
don't
debate right
know.
now?
Kobe was possessed like that,
Nah,
bro.
yeah, that's wild.
Hey, Kobe
He was on
if you
demon
told
time.
when Shaq told Kobe he'll never win again, tell me how my ass tastes. Kobe Bryant went back to 3 NBA Finals, bro, 1-2, bro. When everybody said Kobe would never win again, they all said he would never win again. They said you would never win without Shaq. You ain't nothing. Kobe Bryant was like, okay, cool. And then look, when he went and lost the finals to the Celtics, nobody thought he was getting back to the finals again. When he lost that finals, when they got ran off the court, when Pau Gasol didn't want to show up, they all said, yo, man, you'll never be back here again. He went back 2 more times and waited for LeBron James in the finals.
Hey, Ticket, I'm not gonna lie, you the first, like, I don't mean this with disrespect, but old head to ever, like, for me to hear that Dennis Rodman was not a good defensive player. I don't know if that's what you
wasn't. You can ask. You can ask anybody who really.
You're the first one I've ever heard say that. I'm not gonna lie.
He was an agile. Come on, Dennis Rodman was an Hold on. He was a good defensive player. He wasn't a great defensive player.
Right.
He was more of an agitator because listen. Listen.
No, question for you, Ticket. How many players are better than Dennis Rodman on the defensive side of things?
Of all time.
I mean, talk about when we talk about defense, it's skewed because you got to throw in his rebounding with that. Dennis Rodman wasn't a great shot blocker. He wasn't a great one-on-one defender. He was a great rebounder. See, when we talk about great, let me finish. If we be honest, Dwight Howard in his prime was a better post defender than Dennis Rodman. He was a better one-on-one post defender than Dennis Rodman. And Ben Wallace's prime, he was a better one-on-one defender than Dennis Rodman. And Hakeem Olajuwon's prime, he was a better one-on-one defender. You can keep going on. And Tim Duncan, he was a better one-on-one defender. All these dudes were way better defenders. I'm talking about Dennis Rodman. All these dudes were way better defenders than Dennis Rodman. Now, Dennis Rodman was a better rebounder than all of them. But those guys were better defenders and shot blockers in him.
So do you consider rebounding part of defense? That's all I want to know. It's a good question.
What you say?
Do you consider rebounding part of defense? That's all I just want to know.
Well, I mean, listen, it's a part. Rebounding is a part. Hold on.
I heard coaches say defense, you got to finish.
Let me answer this question because it's very important. Rebounding is a part, but listen, you can say it's not a part too because it's dudes that have high rebounding numbers that weren't great defenders at all. They were just great rebounders.
It's just part of it. It's not the part. It's part of it though.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
But I'll say, but Dennis Rodman won a lot of time was the mental game. He didn't have like the great attributes as far as, being able to block shots and the height and all that stuff. But he won the mental game a lot of time. He had that Pat Beverly effect on his opposition. Facts. So that's why I give Dennis Rodman a little bit of credit because, he was guarding Shaq sometimes. He's way undersized, but he was giving Shaq a little bit of trouble from time to time.
Because of what he do. When
pulling the chair on him, the antics,
putting the chair, grabbing the nuts, all that stuff. You stop thinking about the game.
He playing the head game with cats more than the physical game.
So
right. And see, look, that's I'm glad you said that, dog. That's why I say when I say that about Draymond, bro. Think about this. If to be a great defender, bro, you also have to be disciplined. Draymond Green is not disciplined, bro. If Draymond Green literally had to sit there and guard, hold on, let me say this. If you told Draymond you got Jokic tonight, or you have to guard freaking Jaylen Brown tonight. No, listen, he'll foul out. Because
guarded JB though.
No. Listen, hold on. Listen what I'm saying to you. Listen what I'm saying.
Okay. No, he's guarded JB and Jokic last night.
Bro, you're not hearing me.
Let him finish. Just let him finish.
He guarded them in spot minutes. I'm saying if you have a task, for example, in Ben era, Tim era, Duncan era, all those dudes, they had assignments. So it wasn't no jumping from here to there to there. No. So guess what, Ben? You got KG tonight one-on-one, right? So you got Shaq one-on-one. It ain't no, I got him for a few possessions, play well, jump over. Now, see, that's different when you have to actually play great defense on a dude that's coming down every time looking for the rock. Because now, the way Draymond plays, he's so aggressive, he gonna get in the foul trouble, foul the game.
Yo, can I rebuttal real quick?
Go ahead.
So, my issue with that is, like, if you're considering today's game, 90% of offense is just you getting a switch and just taking the worst defender. So a lot of times, a lot of these teams, they're just looking for the worst defender on the court, and they're just trying to ISO them. You see what I'm saying? So, like, even if Draymond's guarding, like, Jokic or something, they're going to set a screen for Jokic, try to get a mismatch so he's guarding somebody else, or they're going to force a double team. So you're never really guarding.
That's not necessarily. Hey, hold on. That's not necessarily that. You are partially true, but here's the thing, though. The thing is this, bro. He ain't sitting in that chair and guard them dudes the whole game, bro. It take discipline. Draymond Green is a big time. He's a big time gambler. Hold on. Listen. He's a big time gambler. So when you put a dude who gambles a lot on defense against great offensive dudes, you're going to get in foul trouble. So this is what I'm saying. So that's why I'm telling y'all, he's not as great as defender as y'all think. He jumps from dude to dude because he can't spend a long period of time on one dude.
But that's what makes him good. Hold on, Ticket. That's what makes. Hold on. Let me finish.
Okay,
that's what makes him good. That's what makes him good in this era. Because, like the brother was saying, every team now is trying to exploit mismatches and switch. Draymond can guard your twos, your threes, your fours, and sometimes your fives if they're not a strong five.
Right, so let me ask you a question.
So that's what makes him. So that's what makes him good.
Hold on. Name me 5 players in the last 10 years Draymond Green locked down.
That's not what we saying, bro.
You said he's a great. Hold on. You said he's a great defender. You said he's a great defender.
I said that's what makes him a great. His versatility.
Come on. You said right.
I didn't say his lockdown ability.
You said, come on. You saying in this era? No problem. I got you on that. Tell me 5 dudes he's locked down.
I feel like hold on, because he's saying
I'm not arguing that point.
I'm going with the Draymond thing again, but we can.
Hold on. I feel like he's saying his ability, Draymond's ability to be able to guard your ones, your twos, your threes, your fours, and occasionally the fives is what makes him a great defender, not the fact that he's
Exactly.
a lockdown defender.
Exactly.
Bro, it's a lot of dudes. Hold on, time out.
If Draymond Green switches on,
it's a lot of dudes in this era. It's a lot of dudes in this era that can guard multiple positions now, bro.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
What do you mean, nah, bro? It ain't no real big centers in the NBA, bro. What are you talking about? My man, you're not hearing me. Tell me.
I agree with that.
Like, hold on, this would kill me about some of y'all, bro. It would be different. What you saying? If he had real killers at his positions. So what you're saying? Hold on. So hold on. Because listen, when you have those, when you have those type of killers, now you mainly have to take your matchup. Because if you get caught off your matchup, the other dude you're supposed to be guarding is barbecuing. So here's my point. Here's my point to you. My point is, in the eras that came before him, where it was a better big man era, he would not have been able to last switch or not.
I don't even
because of the hold on.
I got you.
Because of the simple fact that Draymond Green is a big time gambler on defense, and when you force dudes to have to play half court defense and guard one man, bro, it is hard to stay. Hold on,
but
not only for Draymond. Don't just go for him. For anybody to sit there and guard a player one-on-one the entire game is hard, bro.
You making somewhat of an invalid point because he's not guarding in that era. He's not guarding fives.
He's 6'6".
No,
So do you even think he'll play a big? Tell
me what fours he was locking out of that era. Tell me what fours he was stopping. Was he stopping KG? Was he stopping Tim Duncan?
I don't even think he's gonna be.
Was he stopping? Hold on. I'm not talking. I'm talking. Hold on. I'm talking about my man.
I think. Hey, me personally.
Hold on. Let me finish. Was he stopping KG? Was he stopping Tim Duncan?
He hanging with KG. KG's offensive game was not that great to me. Go ahead.
Hold on. KG murdered that nigga. Hold on. Is he stopping Tim Duncan? No. Is he stopping a prime?
Nobody stopping these players. Ticket.
Right. Tell me. No. Hold on, bro.
If you gotta use like the best,
that's why they Hall of Famers.
Hey, my man, hold on.
That's why they Hall of Famers. They was cooking everybody.
Hold on, bro. That is not true. And here's what I'm saying to you, bro. You have
Who stopped Tim Duncan?
Bro, listen. Tim Duncan, go back and look at the NBA. Go back and look at his NBA finals against the Cavs. Tim Duncan had the worst NBA finals of his entire career, of his life. Tim Duncan was shooting like in the low. Hold on. Tim Duncan was shooting in the low 40. Hold on, tell me. Let me finish. He was shooting in the low 40s that series playing against Ilgauskas, who was an all-star center.
Right. Okay.
Right. So tell me. So what I'm saying to you is that.
So you saying Ilgauskas can lock up Tim Duncan on a regular basis?
Bro, I said he did it for that series.
So that's what you hanging your hat on that?
No,
I'm
telling you, it was more. Listen, I'm saying to you, it was more people like that in that era that could do that type of stuff. Then in this
how come he's a Hall of Famer then? If Ilgauskas is locking Tim Duncan up on a regular basis, how come he's a Hall of Famer? Stop it.
My man. You're not hold on. Listen. You're not a Hall of Famer being a two-time All-Star. That's the difference. Hold on. That's the difference.
No, I said how come Tim Duncan is an All-Star? You telling me Ilgauskas wasn't even an elite defender? So you said they were better defenders than Ilgauskas, and Tim Duncan was cooking them.
My man, Tim Duncan got 5 world championships, bro.
Exactly, from cooking people in that era.
No, I'm just telling you. Listen. You just told me one thing about locking somebody down. I gave you an example of a prime player getting locked down in a series, and now you're saying, "Oh well, no." I'm just giving you an example, bro. Hold on. I'm saying to you,
he probably was on self check. I don't know what was going on.
My man.
Wife cheating on him. I don't know what was going on.
Go back and watch that finals. They was playing great defense on the Cavs were very great defense at the time.
If you want to go watch a final, there is a misconception out there that Ben Wallace was locking up Shaquille O'Neal, and Ben Wallace really wasn't locking up.
Tell me. Hold on. Doug. Wait, Doug. You're not gonna do that.
Why you get him started, Doug? Why you get him started?
Nah, bro. I'm talking.
Okay, Doug. Watch this.
Doug, why you do that?
Shaquille O'Neal. Did Ben Wallace lock up Shaquille O'Neal? That's what I want to know.
Hold on, Doug. Let me ask you a question, Doug. Let me ask you a question. I got 2 questions for you since you said that.
Go ahead.
First question is, don't we count locking up, holding a dude at or below his average?
Sure. Okay.
Okay. Now watch this. Now,
I don't
Shaquille O'Neal. Wait right there. Mars, pull up right now Shaq's NBA Finals average.
I'll tell you the game by game.
No. I ain't asked you that. No.
No. I'll give you the game by game.
No.
game one.
Dub.
What he's saying? Dub, what he's gonna say? Dub, I'm just telling you what he's gonna say. Is that Shaq was cooking the other teams in the finals, and he averaged less against Ben Wallace.
Hold on. Shaq was Shaq was giving 7-footers 36 and 17 in the finals. When he
Get
played
the hell
Ben,
out of here! No, no, you don't get that. No, you do
What
not
you mean?
get that. You're
That's
not
not
going to
true?
compare. You're not
Am I
gonna
not
compare-
lying? Hold on, am I not lying?
Listen, it does not matter. Just
The two
because
times he played against Ben, the two times he played against Ben in the playoffs, did he not average below his average?
Let me ask you this: so Shaquille O'Neal is having 36 points in the finals, and he's having 34 points in one game, is that getting locked up?
Nah, hell nah.
Talking about what he averaged for the series?
26 and something.
Right, thank you. Put that in your pipe and smoke.
You mean 26 is something? What are you talking about? The reason he didn't have more is because some of the games they were getting blown out, and they took Shaq out the game.
Okay, what happened the year in Miami?
Oh no, D-Wade was the best player in Miami.
No. I know that was in the finals. D-Wade was the best player. In the other series, Shaq was balling.
D-Wade, in my opinion,
No, Dub.
What you mean? No.
Dub, Shaq was the MVP. Hold on, Dub. When Shaq first went to Miami, Shaq was the MVP candidate that year. Then hold on, Dub, because I'm finna cook you. And then go look at those other playoff series before he played Ben that year.
In 2005,
That year he was in Miami. Go look at it. Hold on, Dub. That year he was in Miami. Dub. D-Wade balled out in the finals. He came and played crazy like that.
What did D-Wade? Because even Gary Payton. Wait, ticket. Gary Payton said himself he had a conversation with Shaquille O'Neal, and even the numbers support it because D-Wade was having 27 that year.
D-Wade went crazy.
He said that Shaquille O'Neal had a conversation with Gary Payton. Said we have to play through this guy because this guy
they were playing through him in the playoffs.
They have to. No, they were playing through him early. In 2005, correct me if I'm wrong. Was he an MVP candidate in 2005?
You're ignoring my Dub. You're ignoring my
MVP candidate.
Hold on, Mars.
A year can change.
Hold on, Mars. What is Shaq average?
From the question now.
Hold on, Mars.
Ben Wallace, right?
No. We got talking about. Hold on, Dub. I'm gonna get you right now.
How good a defense you are?
Wait, Dub. Mars. Wait, Dub. Hold on a second, Dub. Hey, Mars, do two things. Mars, do two things real quick. Pull up what Shaq had in the first series that year they played against him in Miami. Detroit played Miami, and pull up what he averaged in the second series, and then pull up what he averaged against Ben in the East Conference Finals.
What the hell is this selective?
No, you said You said D-Wade was the man, but he's about to tell you what Shaq was averaging before he played Ben. Go ahead.
Wait, Ben.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna say in the 05 playoffs, Shaq's highest scoring series was against the Pistons.
No. Wow. Come on. No. In the first round, what did he
Wow.
In the first round, what did he average?
Okay, I'll read it off. First round against Washington, he averaged 18 a game. Second round against New Jersey, wait, let me make sure I'm reading this correct. First round against New Jersey, 18 a game. Second round against Washington, 17 a game. Third round against Detroit, 20 a game.
Hold on, let me pull that shit up, man.
Yeah, let it go. Let it go. Ticket.
Just let it go.
Just take that L on this one, bro.
Hey, what percentage did he shoot? What percentage did he shoot?
Nah, don't go to the percentages, bro. It's over with.
We can do.
It's over with, Ticket. Let it go, homie. On to the next topic.
We can do field goal percentage too. So in the series against New Jersey, where he averaged 17, he was 47% from the field. The series against Washington, where he averaged 17 a game, he was 61% from the field. And then against Detroit, when he averaged 20, he was 59% from the field.
Damn.
And then the next year against Detroit again, it was once again his highest scoring series of the postseason.
Yeah, let that one go. Ticket.
Damn, Ticket.
He in that series against Detroit the next year, 2006, it was the only series he averaged above 20 points a game. He averaged 21.
Damn.
And it was his highest field goal percentage in the series. And then in 2004, we will know that in the finals he averaged 26. And
let's not stop there, Mars. Let's not.
Once again in 2004, Detroit was his highest scoring postseason series. Again,
let's not stop there because we talking
about. How about them Dodgers?
Wait. We talking about D-Wade being the best player. We talking about D-Wade. We talking about D-Wade being the best player in 2006. But every postseason series, He
Oh,
left.
you go.
He left.
Oh,
yeah.
That was a sucker move,
Oh
Ticket.
no!
That was a sucker move.
And before
He took his
anyone
ball and
calls
went
me a
home.
stat guy, before anyone calls me a
left.
stat guy, I was asked to bring these stats. I would
left.
never use these
Now,
stats.
Mars,
to
you
make
will
money.
always and
Took
forever
my
be the
idol.
stat guy.
I was asked to get
Mars,
these stats. I
you
just
will
let
always
Clip it.
and forever be the stat guy.
Dub, clip it.
TikTok's gonna
Hey,
go
hey, Dub,
crazy.
put that.
Wild.
Dub, you got to put that on the TikTok.
Clip
No,
it.
TikTok is gonna go
That's a
crazy.
clip.
wild. For everybody,
That's a clip.
for everybody to be informed. Dwayne, the misconception that Shaq was the best player in 2006 is a lie. D
Oh, we
Wade
knew that.
in every postseason series averaged more points, was the
Oh,
better
he was
playmaker,
cooking.
was a good defender, and Shaq even
That was the
averaged only
Flash,
20
man.
points for that season. So please, let's not do that. Thank you,
Hey,
Lord.
low key, that was one of the best playoff runs up there with Dirk Nowitzki.
It was.
That was one of the greatest runs ever with D Wade did.
That finals was rigged up, but yeah, you're right.
People sleep on the fact that if D-Wade don't get hurt in 05, they probably go back to back. It's
Right.
possible anyway. It's
Probably.
possible.
Yes.
Right.
Oh man, we gonna get.
Yeah, wait, I was gonna ask before Ticket left. I wanted to ask him, like, is Draymond even playing the 4 and the 5 back then? Because he's 6'6".
Exactly. That's
not
my
playing that
point.
position.
That's my point.
He's not finna play that. He's not guarding them.
What people like to
That
do,
was
they like to take these players and put them in different areas when they don't have that mentality. They didn't come up like that. They didn't play AAU ball like that. None of that was like that. So how are you going to compare when it's a totally different game now? It's to me, the comparisons are kind of lame.
It's a smaller game, so Draymond is allowed to do that. But if you put him back in the 90s or 2000s, he's not even playing the 4 or the 5.
Right.
In that position.
It's just using the best players of all
He's
time
learning how to
make
play
his point, not
basketball a
they
totally
can't guard
different
him.
way.
That's crazy.
Yo, if I knew that we would have had to just say that, Mars, to get to do that, I would have done it a long time ago. Bro. That is wild. Oh, bro, but yo, you know what we got? We got some newcomers up here. I'm gonna keep as many people up here as possible, bro. But what you guys got to say, man? Jew and AI.
The Ticket bounced on me. I wanted to get to this whole Patrick Ewing one of the top 5 centers, which is nuts.
I just want to shout out Kobe. I see a lot of people be disrespecting Kobe, putting him outside the top 10, or I think it's even disrespectful to put him outside the top 5 too. Yeah. People don't realize Kobe, when you look throughout history, he played in the toughest conference throughout any area you want to talk about. He played in the toughest conference, and he beat the most toughest teams in the playoff. He beat the most 50-win teams in the playoff.
Mm-hmm. What's good, Dale? How are you doing today, Dale?
Everyone's showing up.
It's the ticket. It's the whole Players Choice show today,
Salute
bro.
Dale.
I guess we're gonna have to go for another 30 minutes, Mars. You ready?
Hey, Dale, how'd it feel that Brooklyn is doing great now that you have
You
the
hear the
high
pod?
seat?
You hear the pod or you hear the fraud, man?
Listen, this is why I'm popping up on every show so I could get my Brooklyn Nets take. I've been everywhere all week, and this is why, except Fluent and Chill, because I don't like Fluent.
So you joined the club now. You joined the club, Dale.
Yeah, he trying to diss my man Doug.
Yeah, he's a weirdo. It's okay. It's fine.
What's going on? What we debating for the next 20 minutes? Mars is on time constraint. It's like 9 in the morning over.
Mars ready to go to sleep.
I know.
Yeah, it's nearly 1 a.m.
I'm not gonna lie. Like we're like at 2:50 right now, so like I ran out of topics, but you know I'm down for this Brooklyn Nets talk. Everyone was counting them out for a very long time, and you know, Del, me and you, let's not have revisionist history. I said this before. It's like people forgot how good KD was. Like the last year, exactly a year before, he wasn't in MVP conversations. Like he wasn't going on a crazy run like he was last season. And they forgot that he was really a top 5 guy. Now he's doing it again. And all of a sudden, we got everybody coming back.
I think it's a disrespect whenever people call KD a top 5 guy. I think he should only be in the rim from top 1 to 3.
I think so too.
Nah, I mean,
I disagree, Dale. I disagree, brother.
Top 3. You could put KD top 3.
I can see top 3.
Who the other 2?
It doesn't matter who the other 2 is.
Who the other 2?
He doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't care as long as you got KD and those 3. He don't care.
Well, he's right for me, but in when you say top 5, it's hard pressed, right, for you to really give me legitimate reason to name 4 players better than Kevin Durant in NBA.
Talent wise, he's 1 or 2.
No. No matter what you want to bring up, wise. Literally.
No, I'm still not sold on the intangibles. I'm still not sold on him creating culture. I'm still not sold on him just winning.
Everything you're saying is not basketball. You're saying like I'm talking playing basketball. You can say talent.
That's part of winning, though, Dale. It's part of winning.
So
they're winning right now, though. I'm not gonna lie, they're winning right now.
For the last 10-game win streak, because I don't want to do the regular season stuff. Did his intangibles go up? Did his
Come on, regular season. A lot of players look great. Harden looked great in the regular season. We're not doing that.
Listen, you're not putting Kevin Durant in.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is when the culture is already there, like it was in Golden State. He's gonna get buckets. I'm not debating that. All I'm saying is he got to prove it.
You know what? I'm glad Dell is here, man. Oh man, yo.
Take his Golden State career where up until that point he was a first ballot Hall of Famer already.
Facts.
So what?
That don't mean he top 3.
I believe it.
So what are we saying about when he was with the OKC without the culture or intangibles? Everyone was saying LeBron James 1, Kevin Durant 2 as the best players in the NBA for like the 5 years straight. KD was always number 2.
I can't take away. You can't take away what KD did with Golden State because.
No, I'm taking away the narrative of
people to say how for people to
cultures, this and that, and all that stuff. It doesn't make any sense to me.
It does make sense. It does make sense because he ain't done it nowhere else.
Because OKC, I feel like had a great culture though. They were great. They were like their fans loved the shit out of that team. That was one of the best.
I don't even want to go that far back, man.
That was one of the best audiences in playoffs that I've ever seen. Honestly, they was always getting hype.
I don't even want to go that far back, but I got to give Kevin Durant credit, man, for somebody to come off the injury that he came off of and still be around the numbers that he is putting up, man. Like especially like in this day and age, man, where you got like and his defense got better. Like I watched the game the other night. He's making a conscious effort to make plays out of the double team, man. I'm always being funny, man. Like everybody around me, like me and my homies is always like F Kevin Durant, but I can't stay at this time. I'm gonna chill. Even like I ain't chilling because Dell is in here. I'm gonna chill, man, just because he playing much better, man.
Why you chilling? Why you chilling? No, this is what it's for.
I said I'm gonna chill right from the beginning, man. But I gotta give him props for playing well, man. Honestly, man, I'm looking so forward to a Brooklyn Nets championship just because I live here, bro. Like I just want to be out here. I want to repaint my Honda black and white, man. Like I ain't gonna lie, just bump out in the streets.
You a homer?
So like I'm. I want to be a homer for a little bit. If he
win it, even a finals run, I take my hat off.
Narratives is going to change. A lot of narratives. Is going to change.
Mine is going to change. I'm allowed to change after he do that. But for now, I can't put him up there, bro. I put him out. Top tier talent. Top tier talent.
Name your 5 players.
Of all time,
right now.
No, right now.
He's top 5.
Right now, hold on. No order, bro. I'm gonna put Jokic, Luka, Giannis up there right off the rip. Tatum is having a good season.
Wait, all those are over Kevin Durant.
Nah. They're not over Kevin.
Not right now. If we go on regular season this season, he's top 5. Yeah,
Kevin Durant. Listen, Dell.
Season was Kevin Durant not a top 5 NBA player.
He said no order.
I'm talking all time pantheon, bro. I'm not talking regular season all time. He's great. He's great. A great scorer. Like I said, an all time talent. I'm talking top. I'm talking all time. Is where he takes a loss to me.
I thought when you were saying the top 5 thing.
Nah, this season he's definitely top 3, bro. I think
Kevin Durant, you can't deny.
Players in the NBA since 2010.
Kevin Durant been top 3
2010. I don't know about
2010.
13, 14. Kevin Durant been top 3 player in the league.
I give him since after the finals with the Thunder, bro. Like I don't know about 2010 though.
No. He
Maybe.
been
I
top
don't know. I don't want
player.
to go that. I don't want like Dell. I don't want to go back that far. That what you run. I know he your man's and everything, but listen, I ain't gonna go that back.
You only have LeBron and Kobe. So the top three since LeBron and Kobe.
That's the only ones with that. No. Hold on. That's the only ones that we really remember. But that's the only ones that we really remember. But just going back that far. But like I'm like
no. I remember them.
The only
right.
From I'll give you from 2012, bro. Like 2010, I don't know about. I can't. I'll give you from 2012.
2010, it was Dwight was still balling at that time.
2010, yeah, 2010 with Dwight was still on Orlando. I mean, come on, son. Like we gotta really reevaluate, bro. Like how it was back then. Like,
I think KD was top three. I think KD was top three.
I mean, I'm saying, man, like these are names that's valid. When he said Dwight, when he said Dwight, I was just like, oh, I'm like,
Dwight was balling.
Dwight was on Orlando.
Dwight was for sure balling, but so
Dwight not. You can't put him in the class.
Dwight wasn't top five. Was at least top five in 2010.
No, he wasn't better than KD.
In the whole of 2010, he wasn't better than KD. Like
at that time,
to me, that's debatable. That's debatable. You arguing what you like at that point.
No, man. I have to go back.
They right there.
Dwight was on. Dwight was on go time. Basically Dwight and a bunch of shooters, bro. Like on that team, bro.
Yeah,
like,
Dwight was killing.
Basically, that's exactly what it was.
And when you factor in defense too, come on now.
Yeah, I got to give that to Dwight.
So
but
like
ever
Dwight,
since,
I mean, yeah.
Ever since that OKC,
I say ever
though,
since Kevin Durant, ever since the Thunder made that run where they beat Lakers, Spurs, Dallas, and they was about to beat Miami.
It wasn't about.
I could definitely say, I could for sure say Kevin Durant was
it wasn't
top
about
five,
to
top
the
three in the league.
Yeah, that was what.
I know they wasn't. The NBA wasn't gonna allow it, bro. Like I already knew that.
You mean
like,
the NBA? The Heat? What do you mean the NBA? The Heat wasn't gonna allow it. They wasn't gonna beat them at all. There's not a world. There's not a world that the OKC
I don't think you got to go back and watch. You got to go back and watch that. They won first. They won the first game convincingly.
Where OKC beats Miami in the finals.
I don't know about that. You got to go back and watch that game one. They dominated.
Russell Westbrook is why. Just shot the three consistently. They could have won that series.
Russell Westbrook is why.
They dominated.
Yeah, they make shots.
OKC dominated game one.
Yeah,
Russell Westbrook erratic turnovers.
But they didn't. You said there's no world.
Game two, it was a lot. It was a lot of questionable calls in game two.
I might be questioning it because of my bias.
I think the last game, most of the games was close. Game two was close.
And Dale, why did they lose them games at the end?
I guess
Russell Westbrook taking ill-advised shots.
One, they dominated.
Honestly,
game one, they dominated.
That they were honestly, they were babies. Like they were 21, 22.
No, that's facts too.
I'm not even gonna go with they was babies. Game one, they dominated. They had everybody thinking they was gonna win the series.
Oh no, I didn't think they was.
Game one, they dominated.
Right. They're not beating Miami.
I think Braun.
Why do y'all disagree with me?
They beat Kobe. They beat.
No. You're saying it was no chance they could have won.
Like look who they beat to get there.
Hey, it was a chance for sure.
Yeah,
If Dallas,
look at the teams they beat to get there.
if Dallas just beat them the year before,
Look at the teams they beat to get there. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like
Dallas beating
we
them
saying
is
they
why
wasn't gonna beat
OKC
Miami.
were favored the next year. That's why OKC.
And James Harden had a terrible finals.
He played.
That's James Harden. The
Right.
James Harden.
Playoff James Harden showed up.
That was the beginning of playoff James Harden, bro.
Right. When you got James Harden, when you got James Harden and Russell Westbrook that you leaning on in big games, I can't do it.
Was like 27.
I mean, but nobody was saying
that. I know that, Dale, but it's the late game. It's the late game.
Nobody was
It's the late game ill-advised shots.
Nobody was saying
it's the
that
late
when they
game
beat the
turnovers.
Spurs, though.
He'll be balling for 3 quarters and then go off on some bullshit late in the fourth.
You're right.
Check this out. Nobody had that energy for Westbrook and Harden when they beat the Spurs. Nobody had that.
I'm not gonna wait. No, Ty. Wait. Russ only had 11 turnovers that whole series, right?
Okay, talk about the ill-advised shots then. Talk about the bad shots.
They lived off of bad shots.
I don't
think
he was taking too many ill-advised shots. And
I had to watch that series again.
There was a game of that series
from what I remember,
Johnson said Russell Westbrook had the worst point guard performance he's ever seen in the finals.
Right,
something like that.
Right.
I remember that.
He did.
What was the question?
It was something like that.
Dub?
Oh yeah, is LeBron James a top 5 defending small forward?
Ever?
No.
Ever?
At his peak.
No.
At his peak.
At his peak.
No. I answer that. No.
Pete?
Hell no.
No.
No,
Hell no, never.
No,
Hell
I got
no.
Ron.
Hell
You got
no.
Ron.
I'm saying that shit with my chest. Hell no.
No,
Nah,
Ron, you got.
that 1 year Braun had doesn't like it's people that was
Yeah,
like,
it don't.
he's
You
not
can't just go.
Kawhi, he's not
That 1 year don't that 1 year to his 20 to the rest of the 20 years.
Right.
Man, no, I'm not
Yeah, you
giving
can't.
LeBron that. No,
I can't give him
I'm
that.
not. Never.
I can't give him that either.
Never.
And I'm a
never giving him
LeBron
that.
fan. I'm a LeBron
Yeah, me
fan.
too.
I say
Yeah,
no.
I can't give it. Yeah, I can't give it.
LeBron and
but I'm not
LeBron
giving that.
defense, bro, don't belong in the same sentence.
Hold up,
bro.
Leaf. Del,
Okay, Leaf. Now you're taking it a bit too far. You
Del,
tweaking.
what was you
I
about
don't
to
know.
say?
I was
not.
I was
Yes,
naming
you
them.
are. You definitely are tweaking.
No,
100%.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Leaf. Hold up, bro. Del, what was you about to say?
I was naming them.
What's the names?
He's not Kawhi, he's not Pippen, he's not Ron Artest. I don't think he's a better defender than Paul George. And I
Tony Allen either. Tony Allen either.
Tony Allen was a 2-3 wing. Like you have Kobe Bryant, you have like all these are two. These are wings. But if you go just small forward,
Bruce Bowen's better than him, right?
Bruce Bowen was a 3. Like it's a lot of like wings that like Braun that year. I don't know how y'all generate the defensive.
What about Tayshaun?
Tayshaun Prince was a
Monster. Compton in the house.
It's a lot we forgetting probably too. That just look. Like, I love Bonzi Wells on defense. Like it's just
right.
But that's just defense. Braun just has so much to do. If Braun was just just go play defense, this is what you mainly just have to do. I think Braun could have been probably the best wing defender ever. If
that's what I was.
If he had that mentality,
and I'm glad you
that's
said
what
that.
I was
I'm
going
glad
to
you
say.
said that. I'm glad
He
you
had
said
the tools to be the best, one of the best ever, but he don't have the mentality.
Yeah, you're right.
You don't think? No, I don't think it's mentality. I think it's more like.
And Braun is not that good to say on ball. Like he's
not that good on ball. Thank you.
He's not like,
bro. I see this.
Nah. He be getting roasted on ball.
He be getting torched even in Miami.
He be getting torched on ball.
So Braun did the Chase Young and made
Leaf is cat, bro. Stop the cat, man.
Nah. He was getting torched on ball.
Leaf is cat.
What's up? 2014. LeBron
Melo, Joe Johnson, Kobe, Paul.
Oh, but you're saying one series. I'll give you that. You're one series, but you gotta like look at the whole years, bro.
Everyone runs to the team defense of the
Chicago.
They run to Derrick Rose every time.
What is torch?
They only go to that one.
But what is your definition of being torched?
Yeah, who torched them?
Bro, if Paul Pierce is matching you point for point, bro, in a series, bro, like come on, like where we at? Joe Johnson, if Joe Johnson is matching you point for point in a series, if Melo is gaming you since high school,
Joe Johnson averaged the same amount of points as LeBron.
Go back to them sources.
What's the numbers, bro? You said it.
Bro, yeah, listen. All I know, bro.
I don't know what y'all watching, bro, but y'all is tweaking.
You said it, bro. Where's the numbers to back that cap up?
And look at it anywhere. It's way too much footage.
Somebody mic is on.
Yeah, somebody mic is
turn on the stream.
Yeah.
On their phone or whatever.
I'll tell y'all this: Kobe, he a better defender than LeBron.
I think
that's like.
Is Kobe? I heard this take before. Is Kobe a better defender than MJ? Considering that Kobe guarded better players.
Nah.
Maybe
you can make
yes.
Wait, what?
You can make your argument.
Wait, y'all said Kobe. You said Kobe's a better defender than MJ because he guarded better players.
I don't know who said that. I didn't.
Somebody.
No. I said that. I said because I heard that as a point.
And somebody said yes. Explain that point to me.
I'll say that Jordan came. Jordan was prominent in the '90s in a more smaller guard era. He was guarding Joe Dumars, who was a great player. Don't get me wrong, but I'm saying he with his athleticism and his size and being able to hand check and going against Jeff Hornacek's of the league, cats that probably wouldn't even be in the league today.
That's not true.
But
that's
MJ,
not true.
See, MJ, he was a crazy off the ball.
How is that not true?
That because like Jeff Hornacek won't be in the league because you have Pritchard from Boston Celtics in the league.
Yeah, as a minimal little role player, a little shooter.
But you said he was in the league. Now you're not minimizing it.
Oh, okay, you got him. Okay, but then
look at Luke Kennard. He has a solid role on the Clippers.
How tall is he?
About same as Jeff Hornacek, 6'5", 6'6",
something like
that. Hornacek could hoop.
Yeah, and Kennard is semi-athletic. Come on now.
Come on, bro. Stop it. Stop it. No, he's not. Yeah, Kennard is
He's not more athletic than Jeff Hornacek?
He is
probably, but that's not. It's not like it's not. Yeah, that's not a.
I do think this though.
Okay, exactly. If Jordan, and that's a starter, and that's a all-star, I believe. Jeff Hornacek. Come on now.
So you basically you're telling me that
you naming fringe bench players, and now you comparing them to Jeff Hornacek as a starter.
Every 2 man in the NBA, you think
Hornacek was a hooper.
Though. Like we could name the Jeff Hornacek star of the world, but like who's the 2 man of the teams we don't even like know about? You know what I'm saying?
Well, tell me him. Tell me the. Hold on, Dale.
I mean, you can't tell me Hornacek.
Tell me the dominant wings from that era.
If you got
the 90s.
Yes.
If you got Bogdanovich,
Grant Hill.
5.
No. That's Jordan's era is over almost at Grant Hill. He's a puppy. Huh?
Grant got drafted in 95.
Yeah, he's a puppy. Come on now. I'm talking on a bump team. Give me the guys that you know what I'm saying.
His best years was around that time though.
Yeah, his career was so short. I understand that, but that wouldn't have been his best years if he wouldn't have got injured.
Asking me to name the wings, you have. Well, Scotty was on his team, so I'm not going to count Scotty. You have,
exactly.
So can I name Clyde Drexler? Does he count?
Okay, that's one.
These players, Reggie Miller was good in the 90s.
Reggie Miller was okay. It was Reggie Miller athletic.
Tim Hardaway.
Not really, no.
No, I'm talking about you got Tracy McGrady's. You got, you know what I'm saying. You got crazy. You got Vince Carter. You got crazy athletic guys in the 2000s.
You're saying it's harder. So because they're more athletic, like
they're better scorers. They're better scorers.
They are better scorers. So because he's
I mean, it was harder to
averages, that means he's a better defender. That's like comparing every single thing that back there, because no defender. Who would you say is the greatest defender of all time?
The greatest defender
for you, it has to be somebody from this era.
No.
That makes no sense then.
Why not?
No. Because I'm saying Jordan. What I'm saying is, okay, Elijah Wan was a great defender in a big man era. Jordan's era was a little weaker when it came to the wing position. You had great wings before that era, and you had great wings after that era.
Okay, perfect. So the big mans back then are better than the big mans now to you?
What's that?
The big mans back then are better than the big mans now?
As a whole, yes.
What do you mean as a whole?
I'm saying throughout the league. I'm saying there's great big men from this era, but there are more back then.
Right, but so my point is because you think Elijah Wan would still play good defense this era, but Michael Jordan can't because the talent of the shooting guards wasn't as good?
I'm going off what he went up against, period. I'm saying from 90 to 2000 or in that Jordan, in that great run, I'm saying the league was devoid of great wings. Before you had great wings, hold on. Before that era, you had great wings. Dr. J, Julius, George Gervin, Sidney Moncrief, all these great wings. And then after that era, in that 90s era, it's devoid of those type of wings. That's all I'm saying.
Jordan was here.
Not play most of the 80s
down there. That's the reason.
No. I'm saying all-time greats. Those you can't name too many all-time greats from that era. Period.
The wings you named,
huh?
Michael Jordan, he played against them guys.
I could give you that. They weren't as athletic as they are
Jordan
now.
played against T-Mac and Vince Carter.
Yeah, but I'm saying them dudes was puppies then.
I'm not counting.
Went on like late
okay,
years
So give me the great wings from that era. That's all I'm saying.
No, it's better wings today for sure.
And before.
It's better wings today, but it was better.
So you saying
I'm not blaming him. They asked the question. I'm not blaming him. Dub asked the question. Right? He said, "Do you think Kobe is better because he faced tougher competition?" I said yes.
But I don't agree with that, though. You can't say defender is better because he guarded people that still did what they can do.
And he can hand check. You telling me if LeBron James can hand check Jeff Hornacek, he wouldn't be a come on, or Reggie Miller?
I would have much rather have listened to that than you saying that the more athletic players. I don't know, like
it is. That's facts. That's facts. Period. What do you have a problem with that, Gabe?
Jordan is a great defender, not because he's not a great defender because he's guarding Jeff Hornacek. He's a great defender because how he dominated the basketball game. It has nothing to do with the two men he's guarding.
Exactly.
Okay, so you telling me your defensive assignment doesn't account for how good a defense you gonna play?
No, because why do y'all say Giannis
when I hold my man to zero because he's not?
Why do y'all say Giannis is a great defender then?
What'd you say? What? Who said that?
A lot of people.
A lot of people do. A lot of people.
When you say y'all,
people say that
all the time. And
he's a good help defender. He's a good help side defender.
No,
you got all these great wings in the league. You got all these great wings in the league.
And you have
none of the best players. None of the best players guard each other.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you, dear.
And what you said?
You got all these great wings in the league today, but none of the best players guard each other. They all get hit on defense. They all guard the lesser guards anyway.
Like you blaming Jordan, of course. The era of the guards, you're 100% correct. That era,
back then in the 90s, they guard the best players.
Getting Jordan defensive abilities to what he did, and the biggest thing, Jordan didn't win the defensive player in the 90s. He won it in the era you said in the 80s.
Correct.
The era before.
Correct.
Well, I want to know this because if there's any player that's just like Mike is Kobe, so what would be different?
What's that?
What would be different from Mike and Kobe? They're like identical players regardless. What would be the difference?
And that's the thing.
All I said, Dub asked me about the competition. I said that Kobe went up against tougher competition. That's period, point blank fact.
But who's the better defender?
Kobe went up against tougher competition than anybody.
Not at his position.
Wait, y'all think Kobe went against tougher competition overall?
Than anybody. Yeah, I agree with that.
Then Jordan did.
Kobe, but in the 80s, Mike went up
talking about
Isaiah, Larry, and Magic.
I'm not talking about.
I will. I'm talking about at the position.
Or who
hold on. I want to get this off. At the position, I will say this. At the position, I say Kobe had a much more stacked 2-guard position.
Thank you.
From the time that
we agree that
Mike,
nobody's disputing that.
We're not disputing that.
I think
that says that Kobe
he's a better defender though.
No, I mean
I think Kobe was a better defender because of
okay. Well, so if I'm dominating on JV as a defender and I'm going to varsity and I'm dominating, then that makes me a better defender as I'm playing varsity, bro.
Let them respond to that.
Dennis Rodman guarded Michael Jordan. Kawhi Leonard guarded LeBron James. Who do you think is a better defender to you based on that narrative? Dennis Rodman or Kawhi Leonard?
One more time. I'm sorry. One more time.
Dennis Rodman guarded Michael Jordan. Kawhi Leonard guarded LeBron James. Who's the better defender?
I don't know the numbers. I don't know the numbers.
Based on your narrative.
I'm taking Kawhi.
Nah. You're talking about a series. I'm talking about a whole league, bro. You're not understanding. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Come on now.
No, it's not.
I think Kawhi is the best. I think Kawhi is the best two-way small forward.
Because he guarded the GOAT could be a better defender than Kawhi. Kawhi guarded LeBron.
I think Kawhi is the best two-way small forward ever, bro.
First of all, LeBron is the GOAT. Second of all,
LeBron.
Second of all,
I think he's the best two-way small.
So Kawhi is better, bro. But seriously, all I'm saying is Kobe went up against tougher competition. So to me, that makes him, and he was a good defender in a tougher era at his position. That's all I'm saying. If that don't make him better than you, then that's fine.
But I don't think that makes you a better defender.
So
fair enough. Then my argument is not going to change your mind.
So basically, if it was flipped, you say that Jordan was a better defender than Kobe if Kobe played in Jordan's era.
Yes.
No. What?
Yes,
yeah. If you flip them,
yes, he would.
You would say Jordan is a better defender than Kobe because Kobe played in.
Because Jordan played in the tougher era.
Jordan played against tougher defenders.
Okay, so Yes, right. But now you're doing hypotheticals. We don't know if Jordan would have. Hold on, bro. Hold on. You don't know if Jordan would have been as good as defender in this era. So how are you saying that?
But you don't know if Kobe would have been as good a defender in Jordan's era. It's all hypothetical.
Exactly. So why are you bringing it up?
No, because I'm
basing off the facts in front of me.
I'm asking a question. I'm asking you, if you flip Kobe and Jordan, who would you say was the better defender?
I don't know because I didn't see Jordan play against these people. What kind of question is that?
I'm using your logic because your reasoning is
you're not using my logic because I saw what happened. You're not using my logic, bro. I seen what happened when Kobe was playing against those defenders. So you're not using my logic.
You're saying that Kobe is a better defender because he played against tougher competition.
And he did well against this competition.
And you're not you don't have a like any thought in your mind that Michael Jordan wouldn't do good against the competition.
I don't care because he wasn't here to do it.
Oh my God.
Right, that's a dumb argument to me. Okay. I'm basing I'll go off facts, bro. I'm not gonna do crazy hypotheticals with people all day. We can do that all day.
Though. That's not crazy. Huh? That's not crazy. They're like the same player. That's not crazy. How is that crazy?
They're the same player.
Basically, yes. If there's
basically, or are they not? They're not the same player. One's Kobe Bryant, one's Michael Jordan, bro. One was guarding Jeff Hornacek, and one was guarding T-Mac. And come on, man, that's all I'm saying.
I want to get this question off. And Payday, I want to ask you first, Peyton. Mars left, so shout out to Mars. Give a W for Mars, man. Is Dwight Howard top 10 to 15 center all time? Payday, I'm gonna start off with you, bro.
I'm not really sure why there would be an argument that he's not. I know he kind of tailed off towards the end of his career, but the peak of his abilities, he was top 5, top 10 player for almost a decade, half a decade. And you compare him to other guys that are in this conversation. Yeah, to me, he's closer to the top 10 than he is to top 15. So,
got you, Dell. You got anything?
Dwight, top 10 centers.
Can we name 10 people better?
Centers, I probably can. Olajuwon. To me personally,
what's the question?
Olajuwon, David Robinson, Patrick Ewing.
Is Dwight a top 10 center?
If you're gonna go back to the
Bill Russell, Will Chamberlain,
that's a good question. That's a good ass question. Okay, so who we got? So far?
I think he could be top 10. He could be bottom 9 or 10.
Yeah.
All right. How many y'all
10
got?
to 15 though. I say he's definitely top 15.
Oh yeah, he's definitely 15.
How many of y'all got Jokic in the top 10 right now? In top 10 all-time centers?
I think Jokic is scratching that too.
He might be top 15, the bottom of the 15.
I think
you got Embiid. You got Embiid over Dwight?
Nah, I can't.
Embiid over the
Embiid ain't got enough playoff.
I don't.
Embiid always hurt in the fucking playoffs, so like I can't. I can't rank him like that.
Okay, I'm just asking.
Okay, question: does the Dwight's prime alone, his Orlando prime, put him in the top 10 conversation alone?
That's a good prime, bro.
That's a
good prime, but that fall off was precipitous, bro. That fall off was
exactly. Let me ask you a question. When was Dwight fall off?
That don't negate anything
after the Rockets. After the Rockets.
The back injury.
After the Rockets.
Nah. I say the back injury when he got to LA when he was with Kobe.
Because he was good on the Rockets.
He was good on the Rockets.
He was good on the Rockets.
Y'all thought he was good in LA? Y'all thought he was good?
No,
he
was okay. He was mid.
He was no, it wasn't mid. He's hurt.
All right, so the year that the back injury happened, that was like 2012,
2013.
Right. That was the year that it was him, Steve Nash, Kobe, and Powell, right?
Yes.
All right, so anytime after that,
he was hurt.
So he had maybe like I think maybe like 1 or 2 All-Stars after that, like fringe. I think he was starting the All-Star game.
I don't even know how many teams he's played for after the Rockets. Like around like the Hawks and the Hornets.
He played for around there. Teams after the Rockets.
Around there.
He was like Shaq after Miami after that.
I can give you the teams.
Washington, the Hawks are like
Atlanta, Charlotte.
Yeah, I know, but I'm trying to think of it in order.
So if we take everything up until the Rockets, everything past the Rockets is only like 4 years.
No.
Let me read off what Dwight was doing for his career, right? During his start off with his rookie year.
Right.
20 and 10 with 1.7 blocks.
Okay.
15 and 12 with 1.4 blocks.
Okay.
17 and 12 with 1.9 blocks. Then he started hitting the 20 and 14 with 2 blocks, 20 and 13, 18 and 13, 22 and 14. Started going bananas, right?
Right.
After that LA year,
Uh-huh.
he went 18 and 12 with 1.8 blocks and 15 and 10 and 1.3 blocks. So
Gotcha.
in my opinion, you running, bro?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was walking up the stairs. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So in my opinion, Dwight Howard, even though he wasn't Orlando Magic Dwight, when he was on the Hornets, he was still good. Like he was still a really good player in the league.
Nah, put up numbers, man.
It wasn't just. I think the last year in Houston he was bad. But
I think if you watch those games, you'll say he was mid. He was okay. I know he got his numbers, but I think those numbers was not like dump it down to Dwight and let him work. And his field goal percentage went down for a big man. Nah, he was just cool.
He was never a crazy
initial question.
He was never a crazy scorer.
Does his
and
Orlando
his field goal percentage was damn near the same.
Does his Orlando years give him a conversation for top 10?
Yes.
Okay, so the Orlando years alone. So like we could just like throw him in the eye. So like after about after about 7 names, I'm thinking all right.
What are the 7 names though? So we
even if I include the old heads, right? You got Hakeem.
Okay. Yeah, let's have some respect today, Dub. Let's have some respect today.
Yeah, we got Hakeem, Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, David Robinson,
Shaq.
That's just
Kareem,
top
I guess.
5. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Okay. That's 6.
I think you're muted.
Moses.
Patrick Ewing.
Moses.
I don't know too much about Moses.
I'll give you Moses. Moses Malone is not a bad pick.
Moses,
After
okay.
that,
did you see?
Did we put Bill? Did we say Bill Russell?
Yeah, we said Bill Russell.
No, after that is David Robinson.
We said David. We said
David Robinson.
I'm not gonna lie.
Anybody?
I'm not putting Bill Walton. I'm not putting Bill Walton over Dwight.
Hell no. I was
he only had like 2 or 3 years in his
I
prime,
was looking at. I was actually.
What about Yao Ming?
No, not Yao Ming. He didn't have long enough.
I give you that.
Dwight Howard, and then Jokic could be right there.
Yo, I got a name. What about Robert Parrish? He going there?
No.
No.
No, Robert Parrish. Okay. What about
I was gonna say
Rick Smith.
Counting the 70s guys. There's older guys.
Hell no.
Like you reaching for the stars now.
No. I got a name. What about Nate Thurman? Willis Reed or what?
The 25-year-old with his hairline back here. No,
I'm not doing Nate Thurman.
I'm not doing Nate
You're
Thurman.
just grabbing names so you could not include Dwight.
No. I'm asking.
No, he just asking. He's just gonna figure it out.
I don't know who. Bro,
Alonzo Mourning was good.
Alonzo?
Alonzo
in the top 10?
Not better than Dwight. Not better than Dwight's prime.
No, all right, so Alonzo in the 90s. Alonzo in the 90s.
Zoe was tough, though.
Zoe was tough. I like Zoe.
Zoe was tough, but
Zoe was tough. Zoe had game.
Yeah.
All right, so Alonzo in the 90s. So where y'all got him, like top 15 or something like that?
In the centers?
Just in the 90s?
In the 90s, like where he fall at? Where
he was a top 5 center in the 90s.
He was definitely. I mean, but I'm talking about just his 90s prime. Like you think that put him in the top 15?
Who?
Alonzo.
No.
Nah, I won't say top. I might say top 15. That's tough. I really got to go through the names.
Yeah.
The names is getting crazy, bro. All right, so like.
I would say
because I know it's people that we forgetting.
I don't think we're forgetting anybody. I don't think even the chat hasn't. Even the chat hasn't even come up with names.
No. All right, so what about
Matumbo? They said no.
Nah, I'm not giving Matumbo over.
Not Matumbo.
No.
Y'all keep eliminating. I don't know who left, bro. Like what the.
Because Dwight was that good. Dwight was that good.
If Ticket was here, he would say Ben Wallace,
okay,
right?
so if Dwight is that good,
Ben Wallace,
all right. So if Dwight is that good, who do we have out the round out after him after the top 10? That's my question.
Shit, maybe some of the
Like you said, Alonzo Mourning.
Y'all ain't got Jokic in there?
Jokic is right after Dwight.
Probably.
Or he's right. Or
no,
he might
after
be
we saying no to all them, probably.
Yeah.
If y'all saying no to all that, I brought up Robert Parrish, bro, just to bring him up. I'm like, I didn't know, bro. Like, so
she's not a.
Did we say Patrick Ewing?
Somebody
We
said
said
Ewing?
Patrick.
They're saying it in the chat. They're saying Dave Cowens. No, I don't think so.
No, not Dave
Cowens?
Cowens.
Dave
I'll give you George Mikan. I'll give you George Mikan in the top 15.
George Mikan.
I'm being respectful.
You gonna give me George
I'm
Mikan?
being respectful.
Out of respect.
I really don't want to put him though. I really don't want to put him.
Yeah,
out of respect.
Out of respect, bro, and you said not. You pulled the gun out. You pulled the gun out.
Bro, it's literally solely off of respect. It's solely off of respect.
George Mikan is not a top 20 center of all time.
Nah, but it's solely off of respect. That's it.
So but I said Nate Thurman and Willis.
Yeah. No,
I'm not giving you that shit either, bro. I got a line. I ain't crossing that one.
But you said George Mikan top 15.
You wanna know why? Because at least he got fucking layup drills named after him.
Bobby said Bill Lambier. I don't think so.
41% from the field.
You said he shot 41% from the field?
Bobby said Bill Lambier.
All right, so Bill Lambier. No. Yo, where do y'all have? Where do y'all have? Where do y'all rank Boogie at?
Boogie had
nowhere near that. As a just in the prime, though. Just in the prime.
We talking about peak? We talking about peak Boogie? He's top 15.
Peak talent, whatever, bro. Like
he was easily like a top 3 big.
Talent wise, he was easily a top 5 center all time.
Top 5 talent wise, yeah.
Yeah.
Top 5 offensive talent.
There's
2 sides to the ball.
On the Kings, he was a top 3 big in the league.
Give me 2 more questions, Dub, before we get out of here.
I was actually about to be out of here. That's why I was dragging it. I was actually about to be out of here because I'm out of questions.
One more question.
I'm out of questions. Go ahead, Lee. What's your question?
All right, one more question. All right, so anybody got finals picks, man? In here?
Brooklyn versus Warriors. Warriors winning.
You throwing out names right now, bro? Ralph Sampson, no, bro.
I got So if the Warriors and the Lakers don't make the playoffs, I got the Pelicans to win the West. I'm still on the fence about Brooklyn. I don't know just yet, bro. Dell, I want to get there, but I don't know. I really want to get there, bro. But I don't know. I'm hoping we do, bro. I want to paint the Honda black and white, man, so I can go to the parade.
I don't know.
I
don't know who's gonna make it out the West, but I got Boston winning it all.
I got the Pels out the West, bro. I already said it. Utah Jazz is making the conference finals, bro. You heard it.
Clip it. I got Memphis and Boston. Memphis and Boston.
Gabe, what you got?
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Damn, I don't even know, honestly.
First round.
Shit.
No matter who they play, they're losing the first round.
Stop the cap, Dale.
Hey, Bobby's watching. I got the Kings making it out of the West.
Wait, hold up, Dale. Who you got losing the first round?
Hey, Bobby, yes sir, bro. I know you watching. I got the Kings
losing the first round.
Yeah, Memphis. They wild, bro. They sporadic.
Hey, that starting 5 top to bottom is crazy. I don't care what. That starting 5 top to bottom is crazy, and they got help off the bench.
Better than the Pelicans.
They're right up there with the Pelicans. Right up there.
I got the Pelicans walking all over Memphis, bro.
Nah, bro. Nah.
I got them going.
Nah.
I got them molly-whopping the goddamn Memphis.
Who's
stopping Zion?
Who's stopping Zion? Jared Jackson is tough.
Bro,
defender.
He's gonna be hurt. When is he playing healthy, dog?
AI. What you got, bro?
I don't see that.
Yo, I got
to find this pick, bro.
I mean, it's too early for real. Like, that's why nobody know who coming out the West, because they all 5 games within each other.
Sacramento Kings making it out the West.
Hey, man, we looking into the crystal ball, bro.
I'm wearing purple, but I ain't going that far, bro.
Shout out to Bob with the Kings.
We looking into the crystal. Nobody know for sure. We just looking into the crystal ball. Who you got?
I mean, in the East, I got Milwaukee or Boston.
Fire.
Okay.
In the West, I think the Pelicans could give it a run, but it's Denver.
Nah.
And I don't really got nobody else.
Nah,
Denver,
bro.
I got
I'm gonna need you to have talking about Zion, bro.
I got you. Payday Payton. Who's your pick for the finals, bro?
I mean, at the West, it's like just a crapshoot. For me, the finals is going to be in the East. It's going to be the Celtics, and then whoever wins between the Bucks and the Nets, that's going to be the finals.
I agree. I actually agree
give
with
you
you.
that. I think the Pelicans could beat all 3 of them in a 7-game series.
Yo, thank
Pelicans
you
is
for
nice, bro.
thank you for one of the most action-packed open gyms we've
3
ever
hours
had.
and 30 minutes.
3 hours and
Yo,
30
I didn't
minutes.
think he was
And we
going
got
that
ticket to
far.
leave. We got ticket to
Hey,
leave.
that ticket
I've-
clip
And
is
y'all
crazy.
got ticket up
I'm
out
glad.
of
I'm
here,
glad
bro.
I'm
I
on
was
for
like,
that, bro.
yo,
I'm about to
hey,
hit a
yo,
million
yo,
views, bro.
That little ticket got beat.
I'm about to get a million views.
That was fire.
Before you go, as much stuff as you done clipped about me, bro, I got Curry fans in my
I
messages,
don't
bro.
clip everything. I
I
don't
got
clip
Curry
everything.
fans in my messages. They wilding out. Somebody
I
asking
know.
me why I'm so angry, bro. I'm like, yo, get out of here.
I
Yo,
hear you, but I
the
don't
Utah
clip
Jazz is
everything.
making it further than anybody else in the West except for the Pelicans.
Leave, why
You
are you
heard it
still
here
the
first.
Jazz, bro? Come on.
Yes, the
Y'all be
Utah
easy.
Jazz is
People
making
Salute.
hanging back.
Heard
Salute
me.
to every single one of y'all. Happy
Yes.
fucking New Year,
Yo,
guys.
Dub,
Y'all be
Dub,
easy.
tell JD.
Hey, Bobby, big
Tell
ox shit.
JD. Tell
What's
JD I
up?
got a Luka take, bro. That I want him. I would need to talk to him and him only.
Got you. Y'all
Hey,
be
hey, hey, real quick,
Me and
man. Y'all
Ticket
be
got
safe,
beef.
man, for the new year. Be safe,
Got a
first and
Kobe
foremost. You know
conversation
what I'm
to
saying?
have.
Yo, Happy New
Yes,
Year's
sir.
to all y'all,
Happy
man.
New
Y'all be
Year.
safe out here, bro. I'm in New York, bro. So you know.